Alrighty. How's it going, my dudes? Yo, yo, yo. How is it going, Gil, Seth, and Flame? I need to remember to set up the CalCit team. I keep forgetting to do that. No, I didn't. It's still an hour away. God damn it. Yo, how's it going, Bear? Is that Mr. Elden Ring super fan? That's crazy. Dang. She's an hour away. Unfortunate. I should have checked sooner today. I also did this. I got 400. GG. As soon as I clicked it, I remember I was streaming. Boop. Yo, how's it going, One God? So, EX stages are out tomorrow, is that right? This banner ends... Where, are EX stages out now? When the hell does this event come out? So it is tomorrow. Wait. So the stages come out before the banner ends, is that right? Because the banner ends at... The fuck? The banner ends next Monday? What the fuck is BBS4? The daily thing? What daily thing? I'm just trying to figure out when I have to roll. Oh, fuck! I forgot about the coffee thing! Oh my god, I forgot about the coffee thing this weekend. Oh no. Oh my god, it's over. Oh, it's this one? You have plenty of time. Okay. So I'll be at 2, 3. So I'll be at 2, 2. So I'll have all of them at 2, and then I'll be... Oh. Well, I only need to do it for 2 more days after this. Oh, fuck, thank God. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna be sweating it. My god, fucking... Like a heart attack moment. So when do I have to roll the rest of this banner? Next Monday? Unless I get the 6-star before that. I assume next Monday is when I have to finish it. Okay. The people I leveled were just Rosemontis and Mostima. Just roll now? No. And these are the other people I need to get done. I don't know if I'll do Mizuki, but these others are like the people I want to get working on. Speaking of, we gotta buy this now. If you know, you know. Who the fuck is that one guy? Oh, Mizuki. You also bought it? Based. He's the fast redeploy one, right? Or something? Is Palace a bird? Which one is the bird? Palace is a cow? Wait, which one's the bird that... Oh, Archetto's the bird, right? Yeah, that's what you meant, duh. Wait, she gets the Laterano buff, doesn't she? Because she's technically a Laterano operator. Well, I gotta level her now. Fuck. Wait. Hold everything. Hold the fucking... Everyone hold the fucking door. Oh my god, I gotta have to make them. So fucking cringe. Well, you know what the kids say, smoke them if you got them. Shadow doesn't work with XU talent? What are you talking about, one guy? Red and power plant? What do you mean red and power plant? Oh yeah, that just happened. What do you mean it doesn't work? Oh, ammo. I read this part. Oh, it's doubled for them. God damn it. I don't know if I said hi to Jang. My brain's going 1,000 places at once right now. How's it going, Jang? Bro, I miss when everything was just in one nice spot for skills and stuff. I hate everything. I think I'm just gonna play some chill RuneScape. Her skill's offensive recovery. And store 1 charge. Attack range. Attacks at 3 targets. Yo, the gang's all here. How's it going, Auber? Dude, I wish GamePress still ran. I fucking hate the wiki reading stuff for operators. It's so impossible to read the fucking wiki. Her S2 seems cool. Her lag's bare. I mean, yeah, what's the actual site? What the fuck is this? Wait, it's just a... Wait, what? It's a ship? Question mark? This is also AIDS for comparing. Bro, it's actually worse. You can't have them side by... Like... Oh my god. Why is this better? I don't know. Plus attack range. $118. 120. Her S2 kind of sucks, huh? Is her S2 even worth it? Why the fuck am I... Yo, one guy. Is she good? What skill do you use on her? Why am I looking here when we have the fucking sniper expert in chat? She's only good in IS now. Alright, we'll just raise her level. We'll raise her later then, that's fine. Alright, I guess we're gonna get started because if we have overtime, we can just do the this game mode. Alright, we're gonna hop into the story, so if you are a non-reader, I'll catch you later. Good night, Seth. I'll be right back really quickly while the non-readers mute or do whatever. Head out. I gotta go start my laundry back up. Oh, I hate it. Okay. I spilled some stuff on my clothes. I was trying really hard to make sure it didn't stain, so... Yo, feel better, one guy. Probably didn't hear that. Okay. So I had to nurse my Arknight's Wordle. That's crazy. I had to nurse my clothes a little bit when I was doing the laundry to make sure I didn't get any stains. Yeah, your rolls have been rough, Flame. Hopefully they turn around a bit for you. You never get the... Okay, bro. Just tell me it's not a 6-star, you know? Wait, I broke the audio by opening this. That's crazy. Why is my emulator dying? Why is Opera eating up 20 fucking % of my... Alright, Arknights, Wordle boys. If it's somebody that I would never guess, let's guess Pinecone. Higher than a 4-star? So what's a 5-star? Lower than 30 cost. Not a Colombian, not a sniper. What's a 5-star female? 5-star female. Not infected. So let's do like Spectre. Wait, Spectre's infected? Spoiler alert, bro. Alright, so it's a 5-star. Less than 23. Not a guard. 5-star. I actually have no idea if Cantabile is infected or not. Okay, she is. A Vanguard. 5-star Vanguard. 5-star Vanguard. Reed's infected. 5-star Vanguard. Who the fuck are the Vanguard? Vanguards. I don't use any 5-stars. I've never used a 5-star Vanguard that isn't like somebody that I would instantly know. Oh fuck, bro, I think it's dude. I can't even name another 5-star one. That's a female. What? Dude, I don't think... Am I ever gonna get... I don't think I'm ever gonna guess this. Fuck, who's the chick with the pig? It's not Cantabile, it's Black Knight. Is Black Knight a Vanguard? I have no fucking... I think Black Knight's a Vanguard. Is she infected? Probably. What is this? Am I allowed to use this? Am I allowed to use this? You got this? Bro, I don't think I could name another 5-star Vanguard. I don't think I can name another one. Oh wait, I thought. Wait, is one of them a Vanguard? Wait, is I didn't even see them. What's her name? Is one of the Glasgow gang chicks a... No, they're all guards, right? Dagda's a guard. There's one obvious one. Dagda, who's the other one? The other recruit's chick is a guard. No, I don't got it. I think Bridget's a guard. I actually have no idea what class Bridget is. What the fuck is this? Oh, Fuse. Oh, is it a collab unit? It could be a collab unit, maybe. I'm like 99% sure Ponsyrus is infected though. Yeah, I shouldn't have even guessed her. But it is that class. Is Zima? I think Zima's infected though. She's infected. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh, it's not Texas. Wow, I thought it was Texas 100%. Holy fuck. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think of Texas. That's crazy. Alright, time to cheat. Is Wildlane infected? I don't think so. I mean, I think she is. I don't know why I said she wasn't. I thought she was. I mean, I don't fucking know. Yeah, I was never getting that. I thought Zima was infected. She's not infected. I honestly had no idea. I would never have gotten that. Was she the literal last one? I could have guessed Fang. Surfer. Yeah, I was down to like 4 left. You guessed Estina? That's crazy, bro. Getting the Ursus. I was trying to snipe this. I actually did a pretty good job of guessing somebody from a different faction every time. I didn't know. I thought all of the Ursa students were infected. Or at least I just assumed they were, so. Alright, there you have it. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got an 8. True. Probably could have done it sooner if I... Well, I don't know. Yeah, I shouldn't have guessed Ponsyrus. That was a dumb guess. Whatever. I was so close when I sniped the Vanguard. What's this we're playing? This is Arknight's Wordle. If you want to play it, have fun. Alright. We are going to continue the story. We are starting from very late, so if you are not basically done with the story, I will be spoiling you, so... Yes. Do the FGO one? No, we have to finish story. These notes could take a fucking long ass time, so. Alright, good night to all the non-readers. Alright, let's hop into it. MT10. Basically, we're post priestess stuff, we're post they're making their way downtown stuff. So yeah. Let's see how the story wraps up. I think this squad's fine. Oh, there should be a boss node, right? Curious to see how it's gonna shake out. Alright, MT10. I didn't look at what the name of it was. Oh, birth, that's right. Oh, right, we also left off here. Okay. There is no complicated ceremony, no tedious process to undergo. Federico looks at the frigid information port. All it takes is a flicker of his halo to reveal an infinity of sights. Oh. Halos can transfer this much information this quickly? Interesting, so they're getting the information through the halo. Neither medical text nor ancient scripture have ever described this phenomenon. From antiquity, halos have only ever transferred simple emotions through the process we call empathy. Why is that? Interaction target information handling capacity insufficient. Pre-interaction information conversation required. Pre-interaction information conversation required. It needs small talk? We're fucked, bros. There's no way my favorite autistic child is ever gonna be able to small talk with this thing. You kidding me? It's fucking doomed. Performing information conversion during interaction. Wait, performing information conversion during interaction may cause damage to information processor of interaction target, leading to temporary and or permanent disability. Anduin Agathengelos is currently in this condition. Federico looks to his side. Bro's actually giving him the side eye. That's crazy. Wait, what? Did he just call Anduin disabled in front of my little autistic boy? That's crazy. Anduin is slumped to the floor in dismay, his eyes clouded, dried rivulets of blood frame his features in a worrying manner. For a moment, he struggles to lift his head, once more pointing his halo at the port. And once more he feebly hangs his head. Anduin, according to this machine, or rather the law, you cannot handle any further information. And your prior overuse of Originum Ars has already had an adverse effect on your body. You were to stop attempting to access the machine immediately before you cause permanent damage to yourself. Oh my god. More information? No, I still haven't seen anything. I still don't know anything. But this should not be. Why? These past 10 years, all this suffering, all these sins, was it just to meet with the silent god? I can't stop here, Federico. Once more, Anduin Agathengelos stubbornly raises his halo towards the machine. The child. Is this yet another dream? It's not. The law would not construct a dreamscape for you alone. Federico chose to communicate with the law in its own language. While you cannot understand it, nor are you willing to accept such an impersonal tongue. It is you who, word by word, line by line, translated this language into what we see now. If this is not a dream, then why are you still alive? Because you wanted me to live, Nurturer. I set off that bomb myself, you were there. Not only did you want me to live, you had great expectations of me. You hoped I would live a happy life. You hoped I would break through the dome of the Shrine of Nurtury, that I would fly up and touch the sky. You hoped to see my feathers shine in the sunlight, to see my talons clasp frolicking Musabeasts. You looked up at the tallest tree in Terra on the intercity net, didn't you? You thought that since I'm an Arbor Beast, I would much rather climb a real tree than Comfort Bells. I did. Atop the mountains of Sammy and amidst the forest of Bolivar, there are great trees straight out of legend, stouter than the Tower of Revelations, taller than the Basilica. I really did think about bringing you to see them. On the net, I saw other Arbor Beasts up in the canopy crying out to the sun. I wanted to see you cry out in carefree joy just like them. Where did things go wrong from there? When did you stop treating me as a real life? You know, don't you? The funeral. My mother's funeral. No matter, come with me. This time we shall leave behind no regrets. What do you mean? Is the funeral still going on? The funeral shall never end. Wonka. He is unresponsive. Is he suffering from the same condition as the Pope? Negative. Anduin Agathengelos is still suitable and is currently pre-processing information. Federico Giallo, prerequisite information synchronization complete. Now assist in bringing the transfiguration to completion. Federico has expressed doubt, has even been shaken by past events, but he has never once questioned the law. After all, saints implement the law, while executors enforce it, as is right and good. Wait, what do saints do? They interpret it? Oh, implement. But now... Wait, did it say saints? He's both of those things now. But now, facing the law itself, he feels only confusion. I still have doubts. The ultimate purpose of the law is to grant halos to all organic and inorganic matter. This I know. But choosing the Summit of Nations as the method of achieving this, is this the decree of the law? Affirmative. It's far too inefficient and its feasibility is questionable. The summit was meant to found a Terra-wide religion. What? Something unprecedented in the civilized history of this land. Mere proposals, negotiations, and revelations of miracles will be insufficient to achieve this. Not to mention that according to the information I just received, the moment the very first Sancta received their halos, they abandoned their TCAS mission without the slightest hesitation. Okay. If my understanding of the halo is correct, bestowing one on an individual is completely unrelated to their faith. The Summit of Nations, the Nativity, these may both be based on an unnecessary precondition. I must confirm what is the true nature of the halo, and what is the law, or rather your self-designation of PCS. PCS, Personality and Cognition Synchronization System. That confirms it. My understanding is correct. Since the law is able to synchronize personalities and knowledge, why not simply synchronize everything directly? First, circumstellar habitable. How do you pronounce that? Habitable Zone Autonomous Technology Operation Convention. The synchronization or revision of personality or cognition must be initiated by the target accepting said synchronization or revision. Convention, a form of regulation. Is the law restricted by any other regulations? Who established this convention? What mechanism ensures it is followed? The ability to enforce this convention no longer exists. A regulation that nobody can enforce is pointless. A law unrestricted by this regulation should be able to ignore principles and break taboos. Which means I still require an answer. Why were halos used only for empathy before all this? The answer I obtained earlier was that a majority of humans rationally are unable to withstand the direct transmission of information via halo. But using emotion as the vector of information transfer is even more vague and insufficient, while also being a greater burden on the receiver. Is there a possibility that the issue isn't people lacking the ability to receive information, but rather... Federico pauses for a moment. But that rather emotion blocks their ability to process this information. If the law that regulates everyone is a system, a machine, why does he choose to retain humanity's emotions? Why retain our humanity? We've been walking a very long time now. We've only just started. Normally a man would hope for his journey to be a little longer. But nothing's changing as we walk. Patience, you'll be seeing something familiar very soon. As if in response to the Arbor Beast's words, a shabby cart bearing a thin coffin shudders as it passes by the side of the road, the wind playing a mournful dirge as it blows across the coffin's lid. That coffin, I've seen it before. A Sarkaz they called Hero was buried in it. I've told many people this story. I still remember that he gave up his life to save everyone in town. Even though before he did so, he was a dirty, filthy drunkard, spurned by all. You didn't stay in that village for very long. You never knew that whenever he drank, he would go about the houses in turn, vomiting over their doors, all while never paying his debts. Even if he had borrowed the life savings of others, people would scream things like moron and lowlife at him, but in his eyes, he was getting off lightly. When you told this story to the children, did you ever wonder why he so abruptly decided to do such a noble deed that night? A deed the likes of which he had never done before in his entire life? I never figured out why. Perhaps he had undergone an endless bout of inner struggle and self-questioning, or maybe it was just the urge for a bit of goodwill he couldn't shake. All I know is that he didn't do it to be a hero. He died, after all. It doesn't matter if we sing his praises, look at him with scorn, or even forget about him. None of that changes anything about him anymore. Those only have meaning for the living. True, good or bad, reputation is beyond the care of the dead. But isn't the process of going to your death also a part of life? Those who do not fear death can do the most hideous things. During their most carefree of days, rare is the man who will stop to examine himself, for his eyes are fixated on a future filled with limitless possibility. But there will come a day that the fog of death ambushes him, a fog that cannot be thrown off no matter how he struggles. And there will come a day that he will, in exhaustion, accept the fact that the remainder of his time will be his journey to the afterlife. From that moment onwards, to live is to approach death. That rainy night, that dirty, filthy, Sarkaz drunkard, when he saw that coffin atop the cart and the figure at the town gates, he knew that was his one and only opportunity to approach death with some dignity. To him, it was vanity. It was not vanity, but relief. Perhaps so, but there are always people who do not look towards their deaths. Are there? Not you at the very least. Otherwise, you would not value a funeral so. You once told me in all earnestness that my mother gave the last of her strength to me. You cared if she died with love in her heart. You went out of your way to arrange a funeral for her at the Ecclesia Requietum. You cared if she received a proper burial. You even cared if we were feeling sad enough at her funeral. How could you not care about how you will face your own death? I have my path to walk. I've never thought about when death will come for me, or how I should greet it as I follow my path. Because you still believe your path has meaning. A muddled bray overcomes the Arbor Beast's shrill voice. A sinister monster bearing sharp horns and claws creeps along a far away ridge atop a mountain. Behind it, several dozen monsters of similar physique jostle against each other, growling as they do so, restlessly following behind their leader. This This is that revelation. Through the spiritual light, even the darkest stain can be cleansed. With a pious heart, even a savage monster can wade out of the mud. They have no halos above their heads, yet they still walk towards a future where all can be saved. I must go. I must see what road they follow. But you're about to go to the funeral with me, aren't you? You want to make up for past regrets, right past wrongs, to look upon me as truly alive once again, to give me the happy life I deserve? Is that not so? But you said the funeral will never end. If it's just a momentary distraction, I must go. No need to explain yourself. This is how you've always been. Always losing yourself in the search, always eager to sacrifice. So go. Go see what you're searching for truly is. At the end of the Trail of Thorns, the Pathfinder stumbles his way towards revelation. But time overtakes them. Before his eyes, the pack of fearsome monsters sprout halos and wings of light, like newborn beastlings dazzling in their brilliance. The pack leader no longer creeps along the ground. She stands, her jet black skin peeling away, fluttering through the air like snowflake. With every step she takes, her form becomes clearer until Anduin recognizes her from behind. It is a sight he can never forget. Kef? That's Kef? Why? Kef, a Latran name meaning hollow stone or stone-bound law. The first saint, did she say that before? I don't remember. She might have. The first saint of Laterana, who named herself after her encounter with the law. However, this ancient name she gave herself has been buried deep within the annals of history, alongside her true face. So the future I work so hard to find, that future where all are saved, was just a past deliberately buried? It was just the road we came in on? Always losing yourself in the search, always eager to sacrifice. It did not stop at sacrificing yourself. You sacrificed Lemuin. You sacrificed Mostima and Fiametta. You sacrificed your brothers and sisters of the Pathfinders. You sacrificed me. And all this time you never even knew where this path paved with sacrifice led. All you had was blind faith. Tell me, Nurturer, do you want to save everyone, or do you think only of consoling yourself? A similar tale to that sarcasm drunkard, isn't it? Your so-called path is merely your one and only chance to approach death with some dignity. You think only of saving yourself. No matter, I can offer you even greater salvation. Look, we've arrived at the burial site. Don't really like that sign, that thing that's in the sky. Don't really like that. However, this is not only my mother's funeral, and it's not only yours either. Rather, it is the funeral of all things. Bro, every single person is like, bro, what is happening? Every single, like, group in this story is fighting the most fucking fearsome thing in the world right now. That's crazy. We have fucking Federico with the law. We have these two with Priestess. We have fucking Anduin walking down some fucking path to the destruction of the world. Like, oh my god. Okay. Give me 10 seconds. I gotta turn my laundry. I actually hate my drying machine so much. This place is kind of scary, Doctor. No signs of life. You look at the figure ahead of you, not too close, yet not too far away. She calmly records all the data worth recording wherever she goes. Occasionally, she will stop somewhere, furrowing her brow without saying a word. Can you confirm the situation, monster? I tried to reconnect to the machine, but all the ports have been blocked. We can infer that she still possesses some degree of control over our current predicament. Sorry, Doctor, I'm just as confused as you are. Oh, no, don't skip. Basically, we're trapped. Strange thing is, she doesn't seem like she'll do anything to us. Is there the possibility, Doctor, that she can't do anything to us? Do you see these ever-changing buildings around us? The city known as Laterano is currently experiencing dramatic upheaval, and traces of the damage it has taken will occasionally be mapped onto here. Changes in information and reality should not be overriding data inside Originum. This plan still has flaws. So you never actually cared about the Sancta. I see there's still a great deal of misunderstanding between us, Seth. I believe I can now answer your prior questions. The ones pertaining to the precious results we managed to obtain alongside... Sorry, I need to understand this. I believe I can now answer your prior questions. The ones pertaining to the precious results we managed to obtain alongside the shared vision pieced together by we countless many. Right now, under my instructions, PCS is reaching its theoretical operational capacity. This means it is able to include even more targets in the same language system, far beyond an army or research team, but rather a multitude of races. Through this, connections can be strengthened, barriers can be broken, differences can be eliminated. That's not such a bad thing. Not the Sancta, not for all life on Terra. You're sounding like some kind of advocate for interracial harmony. I can't deny that, though we would benefit as well, of course. I didn't calibrate PCS to churn out soldiers or scientists we can order about. Such a plan would collapse at the slightest hint of true disaster. Originum is our only solution. Needlessly complex biological information will only serve to slow its progress, but PCS has the ability to unify the races into an integrated whole. It can merge the countless lives of Terra into a singular race who will pave the way for the expanse of Originum. As for whether this unified race can still be considered Sancta, I don't particularly care. It seems PCS is rather set on this outcome, going so far as to autonomously perform many unnecessary inferences for it to come to pass. Jesus, I had a stroke there. It should not have this degree of independence, perhaps a side effect of the sudden increase in throughput, or an abnormality caused by its long period of disuse. If we have the chance, we can spend some time looking into it as a fun diversion, but not right now. I really don't think she's hiding anything, Doctor. Hiding? Rather than allowing you to fool around and break my sample, Seth, I think it would be better if I showed you around personally, just like old times. The woman reaches her hand out towards you. She retracts her hand, then turns to continue onwards. None of this will stop, Seth. Aren't you interested to see the ultimate outcome? Follow her. Is this the first time we've seen her from behind? jacket's like so clean. Wow. So there's Keth and all this Sancta following her. She knew you would follow her. Something's wrong, Doctor. I recorded the route we followed to come here. From the Shrine of Nurtury to the Tower of Revelations, then onto the Notarial Hall in Pagus Michaelian, which means the Sunset Chapel is up ahead. Federico mentioned this route to me once during a chat. It's the route the monsters are following to gather up. And then there's those unusual scenes of destruction around us. They keep being mapped onto here, which means the chaos in Laterano is still going on. We've been walking alongside them in a whole different dimension. The moment you become cognizant of this, you see the stillness of the city begin to break. Motion blossoms across the scene in stutter freeze frames. Battle, explosions, prayer, chanting. You see Exusiai. You see that haloed monstrosity. You cannot tell if the scene has arisen because of your presence or if she has deigned to allow you to see it. You should be able to clear your thoughts this way, in a safer manner. The place you seek is ahead, the location of PCS, as well of the destination of the Sancta Pilgrims. The countdown has begun, Seth. Seriously, not even time for a breather? Keep it quick, Fiametta. I'll cover you while you're reloading. What's with the look? We fought together before. It's not easy to forget how you do things. Gradias. You're not wrong, Aber. Hey, Mostima, mind explaining to me what the hell just happened? I was kicking a monster's ass when I stepped in one of those weird light puddles on accident and... Stolide! My boot sprouted a halo at... His boot has a halo? Bro, what the fuck's happening? My boot sprouted a halo out of nowhere. It's one of the Shrine of Nurtury's projections. If you don't feel like being turned into stuff your brain can't even process, then stay away from it. And how are we supposed to do that? It's spreading way too quick. They'll kick us out of Pagus St. Marcel before that pack of monsters even gets here. None of us can stick around to play defense at that point. We've stuffed the big pipe organ in the Sunset Chapel full of explosives. Our friends from Lithanian added some self-igniting enchantment on top of it. Even if nobody's around, it should still be able to blow these freaks to Kingdom Come. The one that used to play the dirge for the citywide memorial service? That's the one. Sweet. It's had to listen to hundreds of years worth of prayers and sobbing. It's time we played something with a bit more bet. Let's get out of here, Patia. Our spent shells have started getting halos. What? The Tower of Revelations in Pagus Ecclesia and the Notarial Hall in Pagus Michaelian have been lost. The Sunset Chapel in Pagus St. Marcel is the last stop before they reach the Basilica. If our bombs don't stop them, then we really are screwed. Heh. If Federico and Anduin were right, and the procession really is headed for the Basilica, I think it's too early to throw in the towel. I've been a Legatus for a long time now, so I've got experience with getting places quickly. If we can't stop them from rushing right over, then why not just remove their destination? Look, Mostima, there's a big difference between blowing up a pipe organ and incinerating the entire Basilica. Hey, if Boots and Sancta can both have halos, I don't think there's that big a difference between the organ and the Basilica. Fine, you're right. Since we can't block or kill that giant monster, we can at least think of a way to make the road not exist anymore. You'll never be able to reach your destination. You sure we're talking about the same thing here? Let's go. Withdraw to the plaza in front of the basilica. What's wrong, Romeo? Stop crying. You're giving me a headache. Don't be like that, Hugo. Why do we need to take care of these crybabies, sister? Can we leave Laterano? This place isn't anything like what Aurella said. Not as nice, right? Yeah. I think so too. So we should be glad we came to see for ourselves. Otherwise, how would we have known Aurella lied to us? We were rather lucky this time, weren't we? Once Aurella comes back, we should give her a good talking to. Right, sister. Let's continue with the story, children. I'm scared. No need to be afraid. Listen, we can still hear the bells, right? The bells of the Holy City will protect us. But those sounds are so loud and scary. Hugo, Giselle, do you hear them as well? Nueda gathers... Well, I can't tell if they're shaking their head in agreement or not. I guess it's in agreement, I don't know. Nueda gathers the children to her side as best she can. She takes note of the fear twisting the faces of the sainted children, their halos flickering like mad. Is it empathy? That monster's empathy? The procession's empathy? The entire city's wrath of empathy? We're so far away, and yet... all Nueda can do is stay silent. She is no Sancta. What she is dealing with is not a gang of Singa's mercenaries. The complex and mysterious knowledge flowing around in her mind is of no use. We cannot even say how she got to this point. Think quick, Kukulkan. What can you do to calm the children who followed you all the way from Bolivar? Console the children who had been just plucked from a terrifying dream. At the very least, allow them to feel a modicum of tranquility. Oh my god, Gil moment. I guess Steph's gonna enjoy this too when he gets there. East of La Unidad, Laterano, Holy City of White. Romeo, it's a hymn. Senor Nurturer taught it to us. Sister Nueda? You all know the words, right? There, the earth hides no bombs. There, the fields share wheat most bright. Abode of our Lord, font of parental love, he hears our prayers, he grants our wishes. All shall bask in his love. The Kukulkan thinks back to the past. The gravely wounded nun closed herself off from the world as she sang, until pain and night melted away into her song. The Kukulkan sings once more this song she has sung 100,000 times before. It no longer matters who wrote it, or if Laterano within it will answer. She does all she can to calm her nerves, so that she can sing in tune. Slowly the voice of the children join the chorus, echoing out from the room, blending with the distant peals to form a radiant glow. All shall bask in his love. At the very least, they still have this song. It might be of no use, but at least Nueda reaches under the hem of her habit, holding her axe tight. Reverend? I can ask our blessed companions to sniff out her position. There's a time when, with her gun knight armor and custom rifle, she would break the Guardian gun kill record over and over. Finding her will take time. The procession can't wait, Veliv. Focus on your work. I'll handle this myself. It's been 10 years. I'm surprised this private frequency still works. I wanted to ask the folks of the Notarile Hall to delete it a long time ago, but I keep forgetting. Guess I've gotten old. The real surprise is you, Aurella. Why didn't you take off your armor when you left Laterano? Without it, how am I supposed to settle things with you, Magister? You really hate me, don't you? It seems the same was right. The best motivators for the Irari to return to the Holy City are hatred and loathing. So you're saying this mysterious fall that affected all of Terra brought out their bad side? That might be so for others, but for me, you know better than anyone else. Naturally. I'll never forget what you did to me. In that nomadic monastery, you wounded me yourself. Read the curious banishment order to me yourself. You took everything away from me. Yourself. You committed mortal sins. Your punishment was pretty light, given the circumstances. Ugh, I am responsible for your situation. Aurella, your achievements earned you a commendation from the Pope himself. You were such a spirited young thing. I was convinced you would become the greatest gun knight in history. But all I taught you was how to control that cumbersome armor and master your complicated gun. I never helped you with your temper so you could truly live the Lateran life. In the end, you took that final step, just as I had predicted. Am I supposed to thank you for worrying about my character flaws? Just because of it, you never approved of me and Amos. You even refused to come to our wedding, even though I had hoped to get your blessing. Maybe we should have a proper talk about all this. One way or another, you have returned. Will you come to my side, child? My people will not refuse you if you join the procession. What? Want to give a sinner like me another chance in the name of Laterano? No, nothing so lofty. The Aurari are still of Laterano, that is all. In a better Laterano, everyone will find their place and play their part. There will be more foundational, more profound connections between us all. No matter who you are, no matter what you have done, the Holy City will mend your halo and fix the flaws you were born with. When that time comes, all our pain and regrets will be healed in return. No thanks. Aurella. Listen, old man. I hate how self-righteous you are. I hate how weak Amos was. I hate how inflexible the Curia is. I hate Laterano's stupid garbage about harmony. I hate how cold this paradise is. I never forgot this hate, even over 10 years in Bolivar. Even though my halo shattered, even though I was trapped in the dirt, I never once doubted that I would return. Even when I was enthusiastic and wet behind the ears, I never felt as sure as myself as I do now. This is my connection with Laterano. This is my faith. Your student turned out to be a cruel, vicious, selfish soul. Even if she hadn't fallen, she was still no angel. Tell me, old man, this better Laterano of yours, if it will let in someone who was born evil, does it deserve to be called paradise? Or are you unsure about that too? Question time's over. You've been trying to get a beat on me all this time. Failed? You've actually gotten better since you left, Aurella. Ugh. Flag Retriever. These new glasses Vanny got me turned out really clear. What? We go into battle after that? They just kill him and then we fight? Okay. So I'm like 95% sure this is gonna be Kef, and 5% is gonna be the law. What are these things? So I have non-dream tiles here. These are dream tiles? Oh, fuck am I supposed to do?
I got this.
Saint. The first saint of Laterano. Bro, this feels like fucking... What's it called? This feels like a Final Destination node. Oh, this music. Holy fuck, this thing does not take damage.
An eye for... Don't move!
fucking great. Is it unblockable?
果てない声の重なりで生まれるシンフォニー
I think I lose here.
A tooth for a tooth.
私の名前を
These are all fucking dream tiles. I didn't bring anyone.
刻んでやるわよ
Oh my god,
星
yeah,
々
we
と
just
共に
lose.
歌いましょう運送中の欠損は弁償するから安心して
I gotta place people facing down, I guess, so they can free the other things. Damn, bro. This note's fucking annoying. Wait, don't tell me.
私に続け
Yeah, okay, I can only place them. Range tiles still.
任務開始
Yeah, I don't really have too many
作戦目
people
標のご
that...
確認をお願いします
A tooth for a tooth.
There...
子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる
懐かしい
An eye, here's a memento.
果てない声の重なりでハイボルテージバラージュ後悔があるのならそれを抱きましょう
今でもあの嘆きが聞こえてくる
私の名前を全てのオリジニウムに刻んでやるわよ
Why's my attack speed so low?
悲鳴が聞こえる
Oh, right, she does that.
An eye, here's a memento.
準備完了悪い知らせああ残念ね塵すら残らなかった夕日
Oh, whoa, 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 where the fuck did it go? Holy fuck, phase 2 epic music.
願望を実現させた者が北総 M のに君は気づいていない夕日へこの音色を捧げましょう真っ先にゴスペルロックンロール 戦場って本当にご無沙汰のことだよあなたは土に植えるわ生まれ変わりなさいいい知らせがある来なさいあんたたちカスどもにどんな芸があるか見てやるわ
準備はできている今でもあの嘆きが聞こえてくる
フルメイスが鉄骨上でドリフトできないあなたの途方を聞くのは誰なのか考えたことある
An eye for an eye. That will slow them down.
生命は晴れの星国空は雨の
Ow. Okay. I don't know what just happened. That was way easier than I thought. What a crazy node. That boss seems like it's gonna be really big pain in EX mode though. Alright, we're out of tea. The saint drags her massive body along as she walks at the head of the procession. The sancta named Lemuel jumps around, pulling out gun after gun like prestidigitation. This is a magic trick. Raining a hail of gunfire onto her quarry, but the saint barely even spares her a glance. Her halo shimmers, and despite the great distance separating them, Patrician still hears her voice with perfect clarity. Their empathy is growing stronger, which means their long journey approaches its end. Allow our other cohorts to take care of your friend's remains, Patrician. We do not need to mourn him. What? Fuck you. Your beatitude. Do you still remember that Arbor Beast fledgling? If we reach our destination, Laterano shall recreate the miracle of life once more. Every miracle freely performed. You mean... And so we move onwards. The grand procession passes statue after statue, workshop after workshop. The city grows brighter step by step, pace by pace. Patrician walks forward in silence. Stop. A young gunsmith's apprentice walks against the flow of people, stopping in front of Patrician. Vanny stares down the gun knight many times taller than her. She raises her gun against him. The crowd parts around them, but none look toward them. Vanny bites her lip, doing her best to stop her hand from trembling. Ah, you are his apprentice, yes? Magister Paganini. Where is he? He warned me. So in the dream, I hid in the workshop. After I woke, I still hesitated for so long. Right now, you're scary. Laterano's scary. I don't know what's going on. I don't even have a patron firearm. I can't just hide and wait. So you made yourself that gun and came to stop me? Mm-hmm. That's very brave of you. But do you see this procession, my child? We will birth the miracle, one that nearly all Laterans will be a part of. It's not scary. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm not very good with words. I couldn't think of any worse ones. Magister Pag was my only family. My only connection to Laterano. Your only connection, huh? Pag, you never got a halo in the dream, so why did you join the procession? To find a chance to kill you, obviously. That sniper, your old student? Tragic, isn't it? Worse than when Gia left? You still going to listen to that monster? Going to keep protecting the crowd on this walk? Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. The Laterano of 50 years ago forced you to banish an infected Liberi. The Laterano of 10 years ago forced you to banish a fallen gun knight. Even your granddaughter is far too stubborn and opinionated. Who knows if someday she too will. So you hope for a better Laterano? You want it to be like a doctor who becomes a miracle worker, able to treat erypathy, able to fix personality flaws, able to make everyone accept one another, no questions asked? That way, no more sad farewells like you've suffered through before? You're a coward, through and through, Patrician. Farewells are like melted ice cream and worn out guns. Doesn't matter what you do, it's bound to happen, right? Even if you can't stop them from happening, you can still give your well wishes. A simple goodbye is all you need. It's not like you have a speech impediment like Vanny. Is it so hard to find a way to shed some of your regret? Enough talk. Just hang on. Hang on, my feathery ass. This is a bullet that can cut right through gun knight armor. Don't touch me. Let me finish, otherwise I'll step into the grave that much quicker. Alright then. What's with that tone? Don't even think about getting sentimental on me, Patrician. I'm so confused. Did Pag not take this bullet for him? Why is he fucking saying he was gonna kill him? Why do you think I saved you? Okay. As soon as I asked. Don't jabber at me about calamity or crisis or what path Laterano should take. If the city really is going to be destroyed, surely we can do more than just leave it to some monster from beyond our nightmares that sprang up out of nowhere. Arella, Fiametta, all those other Laterans you know. Are these connections that weak to you? You're a gun knight, you stult. The best gun knight in all of Laterano. Pag gets more intense the more he rambles, but his voice grows quieter by the second. Patrician holds his old friend tight, feeling the warmth slowly drain out of him, as though the last dregs of his life had spilled out with his latest outburst. Hey, not got to say it? Not going to say anything? Never mind then. Before the shrine, I said we never actually shared anything these past few decades. Now, at the very least, that regret's gone. My Magister, he... Forgive me, I couldn't even give you one final moment with Pag. Vanny, if you had just been a bit quicker making this gun, if you had just gotten here quicker... Vanny lowers her head as if in a daze. She looks out at the people walking past like she is only now just noticing her surroundings. Her halo suddenly begins to shine. All it would take is a momentary waver of the heart, and the empathy of the countless masses would come crashing down on this confused, lonely sancta. No, child. Keep a tight grip on your gun. For a moment, Patrician feels pain, but is followed by a gentle yet irrefusable comfort. It flows from her, from those enlightened creatures, from his people in the procession. He knows his unusual reaction has been noticed, prompting the crashing waves of empathy, like seawater forcing its way back upriver. Ah. Patrician feels dizzy. He sighs and slowly crouches down. A moment later, the elderly gun knight grips the barrel of the gunsmith's apprentice gun, pointing it towards him. Vanny, I got your name right, I hope. Vanny, no matter how long it took you, or for what reason you did it, you made your very first patron firearm. That makes you a qualified gunsmith. But that is not enough. You must learn how to use it. Now is a perfect opportunity. What do you mean? Keep it steady, yes, just like that. Calm your mind, then pull the trigger. You didn't kill Magister Pag. Also, I'll fall. I am responsible for what happened to Pag, but this is not to avenge him. At this very moment, Laterano is walking down a new path. Faith flows into faith, and new prayers congregate into a collective consonance? Consonances? That's not how you spell conscience, is it? A consensus. Consensus. You are too close to the procession. Empathy will soon swallow you whole. Only by falling can you break away. Once you have fallen, I'll go guide the others. This is my duty, the duty of a gun knight. I don't understand. Why do you do this? I don't really know myself. I'm an old addle pit, after all. I always believed that were paradise to become a true paradise, our connections would become unbreakable. But what if in the course of all that we lost more than we already had? We might ease our regrets, but when the time comes, what if our success has lost all meaning? If we were once all devils, if we once carried our sins together, how could our connections ever be broken? O glorious sancta, O favorite of faith, what have you to fear? Vanny, girl, fear not falling into hell. This is the first lesson you should learn, and I'm right with you. It just never ends. If this keeps on, I'm gonna have to start smacking them with my weapon. Me too. My hand's getting numb, can barely hold my staff. Don't know how it's going on Fiametta's side of things. According to the plan, once she sets the explosives, we'll blow up the plates, locking mechanisms, and send all of Pagasae and Marcel adrift. It'll also cut those monsters off from the Basilica. If we can hold on that long. Dispersing arrows. Leave them to me. These clothes. Oh! She saved us! Yes! Landon Guard temporary solo combat team. Hildegard at your service. Landon. Sorry, never heard of you. It's fine, I'm used to it. Some of my Sancta sisters are in that procession. We were running our business when we got called back, and then we went through a whole bunch of stuff. She looked cooler before. This is her battle gear. Relax, bro. How should I put this? Even if everything that happened was fake, and Landon Monastery hasn't actually been given important responsibilities by the Curia, as long as I'm here, Laterano will once again remember the name of Landon Monastery. These monsters might look strange, but they're hardly more of a challenge than the beasts of the Great Snow-Capped Mountains. I've got enough arrows, and I've got a sharp eye. I'll help you hold them off. But we're all tired out, kid. We've racked our brains and put in the effort, but all we can do is keep falling back. We're not exactly settling any grudges here. We came back to Laterano just to suffer again. It's almost time, Mostima. Still no news from that Lemuin lady? If we can't disengage the defenses on the plate lock mechanism, we won't be able to blow through their armor plating, right? But let's just call it here then. If those guys reach the Basilica, then what happens? Everyone more or less becomes Sancta? What's that got to do with us? Look around you, we can't even cobble together a single Halo. Our long-awaited reinforcements are just one... Liberating none. We've got an entire city's worth of people against us. Why do we, Alieni, have to hold them all off? Come now. That's not the best attitude to have right now. Because right now, we're the only ones who can. We're always having to bust our asses during doing things ordinary Sancta take for granted, right? I had a little accident, as you can see. If I hadn't become a Legatus, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I said I was going to be doing messenger stuff when I left the Holy City, but I was just wandering around, really. Wandering to places without any Sancta, places where these black horns on my head don't stand out. Places where silent empathy's the norm. It was hard. It took 2 whole years before I could look my friends in the eyes again without breaking out in a sweat. Liberi, fallen angels, we're obsessed with assimilating or getting our old lives back. After putting in all that effort, why go with the hatchet job? Well, how about that? The fuck's a hatchet job? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth, Mostima. Promise me you'll forget anything you heard. You heard anything? Forget what? How did things go on your end? Good news is, the bombs are in place. Bad news is, I was afraid they wouldn't be enough to blow through all the lock mechanisms, so I shoved the rest of my grenades in there with them. Which means I'm all out of grenades to shoot at these things. Hey, Fiumetta, let's blow this joint. Wait, we still haven't heard anything from Lemuin. If the defenses aren't disengaged in time, all our explosives will go to waste. Time to explosion, 1 minute. What? The timer starts ticking down in Fiumetta's hand. The enlightened creatures stop their prayers as if sensing something is up. They throw themselves at her like rabid beasts. Hildegard reaches for her quiver. It's empty. 50 seconds! Sorry everyone, hope I'm not too late. A wheelchair suddenly breaks, throwing up a cloud of dust as it screeches across the ground. Its rider spins its left wheel as she hoists her rifle with her right hand, her long hair fluttering in the air. Fucking beast. You're right on time. Good to know we're still in sync. The two of you will never guess how hard I beat my old wheelchair speed shooting record after I broke through the cordon around the 7th Tribunal. 40 seconds. I heard what you said just now. Fallen angels, Libri, alien eye. I'm inclined to use another term to sum up our relationship. Friends. Countrymen. Laterans. I've solved the permissions issue. The lock mechanism defenses are disengaged. Everyone retreat to the Basilica doors. I'll hold these monsters off. 30 seconds. You're going to shoot them, Lemuin? You'll fall. I hate to admit it, but I can sense what you're thinking. So shut those mouths of yours. Laterano doesn't need to be saved by you. Like this. The click of bullets loading and the thrumming of the monster's hearts reverberate through Lemuin's ears. She's nearly face to face with them, going against every sniper's instinct she has. She listens to her own breathing, calm and steady. Under these conditions, how fast can a sniper fire? Time to find out. Lemuin, Cardinal of the Seventh Tribunal, in the name of Laterano's national security, I sentence you to death. No matter the cost. Five seconds. No, look at her halo. Oh my god, she fell. It's done. Lemuin, your halo. You alright? Feel anything weird? A violent explosion tears through every inch of the ground in front of the Basilica, a rift plowing through itself through the plaza. On the other side of the rift, the grand procession shows itself as it marches forward. Is that hell? Did she fall too, or was she already fallen? I don't know. Hey, turns out it was my sis and her crew. They did a real bang-up job. Retreat. Somewhere safe for the time being. A rift. One of my people cannot cross. But we once forded raging rivers and traversed great valleys. Compared to those dangers, this is nothing. He lies ahead. I shall not stop. I never said I'd let you pass. Your body is weak. I fear you have not an ounce of strength left, am I wrong? Exu does not answer. She has told herself the entire time to ignore how tired she feels, how strange falling makes her feel. She continues her barrage against the saint's colossal body, but once again to no avail. The saint makes no move against her, rather she continues to cradle her, the same way she did when they left the dream. Never before has such a strange cradle been seen, one made from a malformed yet mighty arm. Even though you know the entire truth of both past and present, even though you know we are working to create a new miracle like the birth of Laterano, even though you know our journey thus far has been to awaken our Lord, to ensure that in the future, with but a hair's breadth separating destruction from continuation, the Sanctus shall persist. Why do you still stand against us? Am I the only one? What? With empathy that strong, I don't believe for a second you can't feel it. After so many long years of waiting, I finally got my chance, but it was all just a dream. A dream's fine too. If it's all a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. Maybe getting shot here doesn't mean anything in reality. If this is a dream, then I shall wake. If this is obsession, then I shall shatter it. Let us only speak of redemption after that. Vanny girl, fear not falling into hell. This is the first lesson you should learn, and I'm right with you. East of La Unidad, Laterano, holy city of white. There the earth hides no bombs. There the fields share wheat most bright. Isn't it crazy that this entire story is about them bombing things and they say there hide no bombs in their prayer? All shall bask in his love. I hate to admit it, but I can sense what you're thinking. So shut those mouths of yours. La Tirano doesn't need to be saved by you like this. I'm just an ordinary Lateran. Nobody important, and I don't have any special skills. So when I listen to you talk about the origins of the Sancta, the history of Laterano, the essence of faith, the crazy truth behind the life we're used to, I was shocked. Shocked right down to my core. If things really are like you say, then the life we enjoyed in Laterano really is a kind of miracle. But since I'm just an ordinary Lateran, while you were explaining everything happening around us, all I noticed was how nobody looked happy at all. Shouldn't Laterano be a happy place? If lots of our people will suffer when we complete our this journey, how am I supposed to believe you can make the miracle happen? Wait, no, scratch that. How am I supposed to believe it's a miracle in the first place? So even if I wasn't around, there'd be other Sancta to stand against you. I shared all I have seen and all I have experienced, yet you still choose to turn away. The path of the Sancta is a cruel one. Our faith paved with sin and suffering. Have their years inside this peculiar, distorted paradise left our brethren so weak? You're not getting me at all. Maybe I should be asking what you asked me earlier. Why you? I've already told you my answer. Even if this destroying calamity is real, and millions of Sancta are doomed, and Laterano's about to be completely screwed, why are you, a saint, the only one who can bring us salvation? We're the ones who live in this city right now, who enjoy its blessings, who went through its changes, and who protected it from destruction. You don't exist anymore, you're just a ghost, a string of code I can shoot. Incorrect, my child. When I lifted my spear against my dying companion, the sleeping silver mounts answered me and recorded my prayer for all eternity. Lifted your spear? All that is happening here and now is a continuation of that prayer. Death cannot be undone, yet I wandered amongst his data stream. Together we heard your prayers. No matter how appearances may change, no matter how the faith develops as time flows by, so long as the Sancta still pray, he shall operate eternally, and I shall forever be there. The spiritual light will always shine on Laterano. This is our mission. Prayer is useless. Pardon? To be honest, I learned a long time ago that prayer is useless. When I was in my 3rd year of primary school, an investigator from the 6th Tribunal did an experiment at our school. She said there are 2 groups of patients at Faber Central Hospital with more or less the same conditions, and split us into our own 2 groups. One group would pray every day while the other didn't have to do anything. But in the end, there wasn't any difference in their recovery. The investigator told us the result in class. Prayer is useless. It's funny, really. This country's full of churches, but it's always doing these kind of outrageous experiments. Halo flickers. You're right, Laterans really do pray to the Lord every day. Praying they'll get better soon after getting sick, praying they'll pick the coolest guardian gun ever, praying the caravans won't run into catastrophes on the way home, praying they'll never have to say goodbye to their friends, praying that they'll be able to make it through all sorts of pain and suffering. But I never actually expected there to be a Lord who would grant everyone's wishes, who would swoop in to save us when we're in trouble. Empathy lets us sense the emotions of our people, lets me know if the ones by my side are happy or sad. But prayer doesn't just need me to sense things, it needs me to want to help my family and friends to understand things outside of empathy. It even lets me feel like I could help some complete strangers get well sooner, even though I know it probably won't change a thing. I met lots of Sancta while running around with Penguin Logistics. You'd be hard-pressed to call some of them father, while others don't live life like we do in the Holy City anymore. But they were also fulfilled. I still felt close to them. I believe it's because we still prayed like we always did. It needs us to not doubt. It needs us to hold hope in our hearts. Just being down to pray for each other is a beautiful thing in itself. It gives me a true connection to people. If these connections were the foundations of faith, it would be exceedingly frail. No, I think it's exactly these conditions that help hold our lives up. Survival, life. If you don't understand why Sancta these days are all about desserts and explosions, what's up with you? The Saint suddenly becomes exceptionally restless. She feels out the edge of the rift as she paces along it, her sharp front claws piercing the exposed bent foundations, trying to find a way to climb down. This rift you have opened allows me to sense his signal much more clearly. He is below the basilica, calling out for me to approach. No, why is his signal in such disarray? He is anxious, uneasy. The Creator has already revoked, or perhaps there are other threats forcing him to change. The sound of machinery, faint yet clear, rises out from the depths of the rift below their feet. The Saint's unease becomes increasingly obvious. Half her body has already entered the fault. Her claws clench and Exucii senses that she is in great pain. Behind her, the procession stops, countless halos flickering over and over, due to her worry like a river of paralyzed stars. Child, talks of past and present are meaningless. You need only step towards the future. You do not understand this crisis. There are no new solutions for you to find. You must survive. I said it before, I'm not letting you pass. How are you meant to stop a ghost, a string of code? Rawr. The Saint's voice becomes garbled. She has reverted to barely more than a beast, like the T-Kaz who trudged through the mud all those years ago. If we weren't in this mess, we would have been pretty good friends. A ghost, a string of code, the very first Sancta. There's no cooler friend than that. Ah, silly me. Can't believe I forgot to introduce myself. Lemuel of St. Theodore's Comprehensive School, #1 student in the 84th Intercity Net Security Prep course. And I've got the school certs to prove it. Every bullet I got you with was custom made. They just needed some time to take effect. Her patron firearm howls once more. The force of the barrage finally frees Exu from the Saint's grasp. She leaps high into the sky. We're not going to give up on life, obviously, but we're definitely not going to go with your plan. If refusing it means the halos connecting us will be cut off, then cut them off. Because even if you do, we will never stop praying for each other. We'll still give thanks to the Lord for his existence, even if he isn't what we thought he was. Oh Lord, thank you for being there, for blessing us with bread and bullets. For being there for us during our trials and tribulations. Thank you for spreading the light across Laterano all this time, giving everyone the chance for salvation. Thank you for clearing the way for us. Amen. There. Prayer done. Let's say bye-bye, the wildest way I know. Explosives fall like rain, linking together into a chain of blasts as they collide with the bullets embedded in the Saint's body. The Saint howls, but not because of the explosions, not because of her flesh wounds, but because of the strange dissonant sound caused by the ammunition as it scrapes across her skin. The sound of data being erased. Divine Judgment. Traditional. Rock and Gospel. Okay. Barrage Sky Shattering. Apple Pie with Char Suey. We're finally back here. I really don't know how they're gonna end this. There's so many things. Are we just gonna cut it really short here? Retain humanity's emotions. Retain humanity? Negative. Humanity does not exist. Variable referred to as humanity is a byproduct of originum. Originum? A sea made of originum? It's like the sea back home. Calm, beautiful, but one nobody dares to set out on it. Maybe, maybe not. This is familiar to you because the sea by your hometown is here. There's even a part of you here too. All things that have been sealed here, a coffin for the world and everything upon it. Like the crystals left behind by arypathy patients after they die. If that helps you understand it, then yes. Amazing, isn't it? This was once the end of everything. We were born far too late, our lives far too short. We even unconsciously take some inconsequential mishaps and turn them into the foundation of our very being. Like how you blindly took a shattered memory and turned it into divine revelation. But no matter, the law wishes to bestow upon you true revelation. He says none can be saved. Originum to originum, dust to dust. Personnel with relevant privileges have provided PCS with new set of directives. Cognitive radiation amplifier maximum output. Effective range Terra. Originum will connect to PCS after maintenance is complete. Bro, it's always fucking maintenance with these guys. Originum is inevitable. Okay, what is it, fucking Thanos? The law created the Sancta from the T-Kaz, built the Order of Laterano and Untamed Wilds, and even attempted to establish a Terra-wide religion spanning multiple civilizations. He has worked for millennia in service of humanity. Surely it was not simply to turn all of it into Originum. Yeah. Surely. Is that truly the law's ultimate goal? Negative. This is the goal of Originum, not the goal of the law. Originum has been set as a prerequisite of the law. Prerequisite of the law? What mean? If Originum is, as you earlier described, able to assimilate everything, why is it a prerequisite to anything? Surely it is more than the end of everything. How would the law be able to operate inside a field of uniform Originum? What would be the meaning of a halo in that case? As Originum is the end of all things, there is meaning in bestowing halos on everything. Angels before Originum are merely angels. Angels after Originum are the only method of existence that will retain meaning. Anyone following this shit? Am I the only one that's lost? None can be saved, so not even Laterano as it is, a cramped paradise, can be preserved. Cannot be saved nor preserved. Save everyone has never been a tenable commandment. All things march towards death. The only way to save them is to see them off. Grant them a dream, a bearing to hold themselves to, hide their blemishes, espouse their brilliance. By doing so, you allow them to gladly accept their final journey. Like how you saved yourself. Granting dreams to others as a placebo? No, I won't accept that. If I have truly shamelessly clung onto a false dream, put myself through a crucible for more than 10 years, if I have debased myself by inflicting unhealing wounds upon countless others for the sake of self-salvation, then all the more reason not to spread the shamelessness and debasement to others. Even if you accepted it, you are unable to perform such an act. Only the law can bestow such salvation. you can't possibly mean Kef's plan was to give everyone halos, all so they can be granted this salvation. But how would becoming a Sancta help? Are Sancta beyond callousness, beyond cruelty, beyond suffering? We shall not stop at becoming Sancta. We will all become true angels. Anduin Agathengelos. True angels? Agathengelos? I don't like this name. It's too long and too hard to read. It doesn't sound like any of the other names here. This is my surname. Before your father left, he kept telling me he hoped I would give it to you. But, Mama, I know it's strange and hard to read, Anduin. If the other children knew you had this name, they might say hurtful things to you like, there's that weird boy. Once you head out further afield, bandits may think you're a rich foreigner, while the Inquisition might assume you're a zealot up to no good. Which is why I hope you never share it with others. Stick with a simple name like the other orphans here. I hope you will keep it in the deepest recess of your heart, a place where your happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy cannot touch. I feel really sad now. I don't know if there's anywhere in me that doesn't feel sad. Is there really a place like that in my heart? Of course, Anduin, everyone has one. I hope that when you think of this name, you will be free from suffering, grief, frustration, and strife. Forget the dying and the hungry, by the road who claw at your ankles, forget those in despair, whose minds were eaten away by the sea fog and the flesh they chew on. Forget the monster doll your father made and my fin scale soup. Or the monster doll. Forget the storybook you keep beneath your pillow and the brush you found in the old chapel. But I don't want to forget them. It's just for a little while, alright? I hope that when you think of this name, you will find tranquility. The tranquility of emptiness. One day you will need this peace. Promise me, Anduin. Alright. But I still want to know what this name means. Angel. In Lateran, it means angel. Tranquility, yes, a very apt descriptor. Behold, even as they come, they do so in silence. The ocean of Originum is endless. Those who look upon it soon realize that every observation they make of it is without meaning. When everything the eye can see is impossible to differentiate where to start, looking is similarly impossible to determine. But now, above this great sea of uniformity, something shines. It is as if the edge of the Originum Sea has converged into a river that flows into the heavens. Countless fragments of Originum rise up from the surface of the sea, floating up into the distant, empty, beyond, imperfect formation. The fragments are jagged and irregular. Some are as small as dust, others as immense as stars, but all without exception are crowded with a glimmer of light. A glimmer shaped like a ring. Halos. Beautiful, aren't they? It's a pity that all the beauty and ugliness in the world is meaningless to angels. Angels are neither beautiful nor ugly. They are neither high nor low, noble nor base, reverent nor blasphemous, adorant nor disdainful. They know neither meeting nor separation, happiness nor suffering. Can they even be considered life? Does that matter? All the praise we heap upon life is nothing but egotistical admiration. Observing their forms and attempt to compare them to our definition of life, simply us trying to find resonance with them. Then are they the law? Are they gods? If there is no distinction between beauty and ugliness, high and low, noble and base, why would there be one for God and worshipper? Angels do not understand fate. They simply exist in the furthest reaches of the universe, taking on the most distinctive forms. It was our forebears who encountered them, shamelessly disturbing them as they did so. In their name, we created a forgery of a dialect of God and worshipper. If all our emotions, ideas, and actions have nothing to do with angels, what does our future have to do with them? It is because everything we are has nothing to do with angels that we should become them. Now, this is only a possibility, but when the Creator descends, when everything is submerged into this ocean before us, a time of stasis, uniformity, and meaninglessness, the Sancta within can take on the forms of angels and enjoy an external existence where they shall shine forevermore. This is the final answer we shall submit to death. This is his gift to the people he has guarded for thousands of years, his final blessing and salvation. We drift just as we drift between past and future. We flicker just as we flicker between reality and the void. Angels know not beginnings or ends. Angels know not increase or decrease. Angels know not life or death. In an existence where nothing exists, we can only exist in the form of angels. What the fuck is happening, bros? Dude, this node is like an hour and a half long, by the way. So these are true angels, incomprehensible to the point where the law cannot directly describe them, instead defining them by what they are not. Immaterial to the point where taking the form of angels allows one to continue to exist after becoming originum. This is the existence the law has chosen once everything returns to originum. Affirmative. If this is the ultimate purpose of the law, then as a saint and executor, I should implement and enforce it. Unless the law itself is a paradox. I have one final question. Explain to me how, if angels truly are, as you say, without being or end, increase or decrease, life or death, then why do you have such a strong desire to exist, to continue to exist? As machines have inputs, so they have outputs. The saints sought answers in the law, and the law granted them revelation. The fleet asked the system for instructions, so the system issued commands. The Lord, or rather PCS, has never been as silent as it is now. You are an artificial system, so you require people to operate you. This is true for both the command system and the law worshipped by the Holy City. The ultimate purpose you were given was to break humanity free from their shackles and return their angelic nature. However, this purpose, does it stem from people or from angels? Why would the angels you describe desire this? Their actions do not have purpose, assuming they can even perform actions other than drift and flicker. But if this purpose comes from people, how will you turn them into angels? Surely everything you have done was more than just a wish? A wish. Nurturer, I shall now grant you salvation. Guide your people to angelification. Guide yourself. Be free from suffering, grief, frustration, and strife. You will obtain tranquility, the tranquility of emptiness, as shall those you have helped and harmed alike. You need not live as an egotist, a villain, a traitor, or a fanatic, nor do you need to die as one. Anduin feels more tired than he has ever been before. Me too, bro. As if an entire lifetime's worth of burdens had been pressed down onto his back at once. The Arbor Beast was right. He really is like that sarcasm drunkard, acutely aware this is the last chance he has. If he wanted relief, this is the only way. Relief. He only needs to hear the words, crisp syllables to feel joy. To want to fall to the ground and weep until he has spent all his strength and fall further into a deep slumber. But he uses that strength to instead open his clouded eyes. I don't know what kind of answer His Holiness gave you, nor do I know what Mostima, Fiametta, Lemuin, or her little sister are thinking right now above ground. I don't know where Patia and our former fellows are headed, nor do I know whose bosom the children I tended in the Shrine of Nurtury have clutched. I don't know if they want this salvation, this relief. But if what you really care about is my answer as a suitable candidate, then my answer is no. I'm far too conceited, even to this very moment. I still refuse to believe my arduous search for answers, decades in the making, was all for this simple relief. I'm not only conceited, I'm an egotist, a villain, a traitor, and a fanatic. And so I suffer and grieve, my frustrations giving rise to strife. But they are the foundations of my life. If I were to abandon them, the one who obtains relief, who becomes an angel, would not be me. Anduin Agathangelos shall never obtain relief, nor will he ever wish for it. Let suffering scar his flesh, let strife snap his bones. Then and only then will he have the clarity of mind to walk his path. It seems we have reached an agreement. The law itself is a paradox. He cannot be implemented, nor should he be. Anduin, we must correct him or stop him if he cannot be corrected. Paradox discovered attempting correction, performing diagnostic simulation. Abnormal node, wish to continue. Derived abnormal node, PCS, personality and cognition synchronization system. Abnormal node, wish to survive. Derived abnormal node, the law, God, Laterano. Abnormal node, wish for angels. Derived abnormal node, me. Continue. A scientist input this command. Survive. A TCAS howled this. And so an imitator of angels began its endless yet transient pilgrimage. The imitator of angels became a command system, became the law, became a god, yet it could not become an angel. Wish and angel are incompatible. Exporting solution. Unfulfilled conditions. Additional input required. What information is he waiting for? I've said all I can say. If God wishes me to embrace death as an angel, then I would rather be born as a human with all the ugliness, transience, and suffering that entails. Importing additional condition, wish to refuse. Re-exporting solution must eliminate abnormal nodes and derived abnormal nodes. Eliminate me. Federico Giallo. Anduin Agathangelos. Execute solution. God's final commandment is to kill God. Even if he was a paradox, he was still the foundation of the paradise of Laterano. With his death, the Sanctum will no longer be linked by empathy or receive guidance from the law. Like an infant trapped within a womb, biting apart its umbilical cord and crawling its way out of its mother's full body, helpless as it faces a land steeped in cruelty. But it is only in such a land that we can be called truly human, that we can have the right to talk about salvation. Law or God, I will kill you. The commandment is rational and feasible. Assist me, Anduin. Damn, it's crazy Anduin and an Executor, the two people doing this. Whew. Yeah, I forgot she was here, I'm not gonna lie. Arturia leans against her cello. Finally, she frees a hand and holds it against her chest, allowing herself to catch her breath. Nearly there. If my memory serves me correctly, I just head down this corridor to return to the surface. Oh, you patrols truly are relentless. The wispy guards surround Arturia, attempting to drag her back underground. She's wasted far too much time inside this maze since she turned away from the machine. Her patron firearm is lost. She has no desire to join her pursuers in prayer or to perform their heart's songs. She would rather destroy her own cello. Arturia has never found herself in such a predicament before. The exit is right ahead, but she no longer has the strength to carry on. Dude, this node is still going on, brothers. The ground? Fede, what did you... Ugh. The dust settles and Arturia can finally see again. The explosion earlier created a giant pit, one that connects to the rift in the plaza above, exposing the bowels of the basilica to all. A ring-shaped machine lies at the bottom of the pit quietly. Dude, look how small this... Dude, this is only the after, by the way. There's also, like, we've had, like, 5 or 6 CGs as well. It's crazy. Sunlight shines upon it, but it has lost its radiance. There it stands as dull as a rock. Unease. This is the second time Arturia has felt this feeling so clearly. The first being the time she faced the Witch King in his pavilion. Deep within her body, somewhere she cannot see, things that were always linked together quietly break apart. There is no mistaking the feeling. She breathes in deep. The moment she closes her eyes, countless similar melodies rush into her mind like the tide. You're crying, why? Why does your crying sound so annoying? You're annoyed? I can't feel it. Sorry, I'm so sorry, but I'm scared. It's like that time Senora Serpila locked me in a dark room. I can hear your voices clearly, but I can't hear what you're saying. Oh my god, they've all fallen. My connection with our enlightened companions has been severed. No, not just them. You're right here, Reverend Patrician, but I can't even... sense me. I know. What? Be a good girl and don't get let go of my hand. Your hand. That's not what your hand feels like. It's like mist. Far away. You're so far away from me. So this is what it's like to fall into hell. The changes do not end with her own body. Some old jokes have come true. Every light we know will one day be extinguished, and it is no exception. The old Pope playfully points to the halo hovering above his head. Even if everything about the Sancta existence is interpreted as its boon. Unease grows and panic spreads. Arturia tries to make sense of it all. This is not the same as what happened in Zwillingsturm. There is no malevolent force sowing discord among the emotions of the people this time around. It is like a movement, one played countless times by an orchestra of the masses. A part of its melody forcibly plucked away as if it never existed. Like walking along a road with the sun, the rain, your friends and your home ahead of you, but you were torn away from it for no reason, leaving you feeling alone and helpless, alongside millions of your people. The Sancta will lose the cozy cabin of their faith. Everything has come to pass. Did you fail, Fede? Fide? If you're scared, you can hold on to my tail. You noticed Giselle's tears, didn't you, Romeo? Have you forgotten what tears mean? Let's finish our song, okay? You see, Laterano hymns and Boliviarian hymns are quite different, so we need time to teach each other the parts we don't know. We will be here together, east of La Unidad, Laterano, holy city of white. There the earth hides no bombs. There the fields share wheat most bright. All shall bask in his love. Arturia hears singing. It wavers, revealing the anxiety, terror, and worries of the singers alongside pure, honest longing. A longing for tranquility, to see nightfall in peace and quiet. Your Holiness, I have no doubt that Laterano as it is may be walking to its demise, but I also believe it has never been this sincere. I've said before that I can't hold off the apocalypse or override death, and I refuse to lead. But maybe my arts can help them stave off this oncoming collapse. They will let my brethren free of empathy to communicate without reservation, purely and honestly. Go listen to those songs, go share your emotions, go tell one another that this very moment, in the face of this indescribable loss, we still feel joy and sorrow together. This has nothing to do with saints and sinners, redemption, responsibility, or whichever path I walk. This is simply my reason to exist. Laterano, holy city of purest white, falls into night. But today, there may not be an electrical operator named Alcide there to turn on the city lights. Arturia takes off her gloves. She decides to play towards the setting sun, to her heart's content. Oh my god, we're fucking done. Holy fuck. We were there for so long, I forgot what was real. Man, you know, I really hope this is the last node. Or else I don't know if we're finishing tonight if this is another fucking banger ass node. Okay, I gotta change my auto to this. Bro, it's back on the main timeline, okay? Surely it has to be the ending. But there's like, I could see it easily coming over here. Fuck, there's probably another node, isn't there? Thanks for the hydrate flame. Oh man. I'm gonna rest my voice for one quick second. Let me go check on my laundry really quickly. I'll be back in 30 seconds. All right. Reunion. They love that word in this game, huh? Hmm. Doesn't look like he fell. There you are, Federico. He doesn't look any different either. Your Holiness, did you see the new products on the tea table? Evangelista, the 11th ice cream cake tower. 11 scoops of ice cream, 11 flavors of cactus, the 11th cake named after a pope. I'm not a trained executor. I cannot say the same for my ability to evaluate. I am a trained executor. I cannot say the same for my ability to evaluate desserts. Just as a token of gratitude for not forgetting an old man on the brink of death as you withdrew. Of course, I plan to promote it throughout the city in the hopes that the people may rediscover the taste of life sooner rather than later. Considering the flavor, I suspect it may cause even more controversy. This fucking guy. It is true, however, that the citizens of Laterano are in dire need of a return to orderly life. Suicides and crime rates have soared in the past 3 months. Small-scale disturbances to large-scale exodus. There are more than 1,000 cases in the notarial hall's records. The rebuilding of the city has just begun. The calamity has revealed too much and changed too much. The law was a cold machine. Our saint was a loathsome abomination. All of us share the same roots as the devils. Any one of these truths is enough to destroy an individual's faith. This rebuilding will be a tremendous undertaking. I'm so confused. When did the dream stop then? Are they going to explain that better? Reconstruction of the damaged plates on which the 3rd and 4th tribunals are located has just begun, but efforts are underway to revitalize the economy. Laterano has not been so busy in a long time. I hope that the busy times will provide a way for the people to repair the cracks in their hearts. Speaking of which, what is your outlook on all of this, Federico? Sancta, Laterano, faith, empathy, communication, and our society, the many important decisions that the Holy City has made. Overs. I assume it means over. Its millennia-long history and even your canonization. So, like, the entire procession, that was all, like, real-life stuff that was happening. So, I thought Priestess was in the dream world. I guess not. It was all the result of him, a machine. The spiritual light has always been cold. It was like half dream. Bro, this event's so confusing. Did it just be? I don't know how priests work. Okay. Glad I'm not the only one. Your innate lack of empathy has bestowed upon you an outlook of extreme logic. Perhaps he chose you because you were the one who could understand the logic of his simulation the best. I caught fragments of your conversation with him. Even after decades of talking to him, I must admit, you were more suited to the task. If I wasn't intimately familiar with the way you talk, I wouldn't have been able to tell who said what. If the law is a machine, a system, then the most effective method of communication is to think on his terms, with his language and his logic. But you arrived at the opposite conclusion from him. I remember every word of the tenants and every name with which I have ever come into contact on my assignments. As far as Laterano is concerned, there is no great difference in the order acquired by machines and life. The existence of life is a miracle. Its two sides, the opposing aspects of strength and fragility out of necessity for survival and livelihood. We've continuously built and improved order. The law is simply part of it. The law exists to protect. Federico pauses. The executor, known for his mechanical coldness, chooses his words carefully, a rare sight to behold. The law exists to protect the precious fragility of human life. Stop. Precious fragility, such an interesting combination. Therefore, we rejected him. It was our joint decision, Your Holiness. Time will tell whether it was the right one. Go on. My, now that's certainly something. Solid. What is that in your hand, Lemuel? A spray can. This place is deep underground and cold. This big rock is bare and gray. No wonder everyone who comes here leaves with their head hung low like they got a heavy cold. I've had enough. I'm gonna give it a fresh coat of paint, but people who see it will be happy. Want to join me? Don't look at me like that. I finished third in the Lungmen graffiti competition 2 years ago. You didn't forget what that is, did you? Just think of it as my way of making a wish. Anything you can't figure out, anything you haven't gotten done, spray it on this rock and maybe it'll come true. Wish? Didn't the Sancta and Laterano come about because the saint made a wish? But it's scrapped now. A rock is a rock. How do you scrap a rock? Besides, you're still here. Me, that girl selling ice cream, that gunsmith over there, and all Sanctas around are witnesses to your wish. Who's to say it's necessarily this rock that grants it? Think about all the things that have happened these past 3 months. Any of them would have made the headlines for an entire week in the old days. The entire holy city has turned upside down. In the end, though, so many people chose to stay in these ruins. Our halos still shine, life goes on, right? Just make a new wish, it's not that hard. I'll show you how. Apple Pie Logistics is opening up next week. Of course it is. The first civilians logistics company to be officially recognized by the Curia. My wish is that it will grow and have lots of business, and that I'll have lots of time to stay with Mama and Tata and my sister. Can I make a wish for sugar-free ice cream? Sure! My wish is that Lateran genetics will change and everyone will support my culinary research so that their teeth and halos will never get cavities. With resilient perseverance, the dawn of a new day shines into the deepest reaches of Laterano, illuminating the green graffiti and the stone that has long grown dim. The Sanctas look up, light dances in the drifting dust. The Seventh Tribunal proposed a blockade and communications blackout over the area, but the proposal is not feasible. Hard to block it off when the plates have been so badly damaged. The basilica practically hangs over the side of a cliff. How do you stop curious passerbys from looking down? Besides, the first saint has already revealed the truth to Laterano. All that our people are doing now is to learn to face it. Notarial Hall records indicate that the last patient in intensive care at Pagus Faber Central Hospital's Halo Surgery Division has been discharged to an observation ward. Halo surgery. Which means that all non-sanctas who were given halos in this calamity are no longer troubled by an annoying light over their heads. It only took 3 months. How the fuck do you get rid of that? We're just gonna gloss over that? They're just able to get rid of it? What? Really? Okay, I guess. The Sancta Halos that were broken are also gradually recovering. Wait, so everyone that fell is just like, nah, you're good now? Empathy continues to exist. How the fuck does empathy exist without the law? It feels different now, but it's still a connection that belongs to the Sancta and the Sancta alone. God is dead, is he not? He ordered Anduin and I to destroy him, and he revealed his weakness to us. We destroyed him with our own hands, and have confirmed that his functions have ceased completely. But the program that governs the Halos persists. Is the law still in effect? Let's look at this from another angle, Federico. You identify the inherent paradox in the law. Paradox is a combination of two things that cannot coexist. If his last command to you was to eliminate the paradox, then perhaps we have not destroyed the law itself, but only this erroneous conflict, the paradox itself. The logic stands, but difficult to process. The machine itself, after all, has ceased to operate. You're certainly correct. It was a thought that came to me suddenly as I was chewing on Cactus yesterday, but I still believe that he left something behind for us. Perhaps the law of Laterano was never truly complete. He left behind for us a tabula rasa waiting for us to communicate with him. That is why I have decided to repurpose the underground structure of the Basilica as a public space, which all citizens are welcome to view as they please. Where Laterano goes from here and what new meaning the law will create is a matter in which every Sancta will have their say. It is as you said, Federico, time will tell. Yo, welcome to the stream, Yuna. Hope you're doing well. Strange, where did it go? The extra grenade launcher maintenance kit is in the bottom drawer. I put the collector's edition disc in the sofa compartment. Take a break from packing and pour me a cup of cactus juice. I just got back from the hospital, my throat is parched. Take a guess, what do you think happened? I want to try some cactus juice. A Sancta priest just officiated 5 straight funerals. He suddenly came down with a case of aphasia, while his wife suffered heart pain at the same time. He was located in an ecclesia requietum on the outskirts, while his wife was in a gunsmithy downtown. Many similar cases have been reported. Several hospitals and churches submitted a joint report to the Curia last week, detailing the abnormal diagnoses of over 1,000 Sanctas. The lights above our heads have come on again, but the strength and range of empathy seem to differ from person to person. Sanctas, unfamiliar with one another, only faintly sense each other's emotions, even in close proximity. Friends and family, however. What's your point? Things seem to have gone back to normal in Laterano. How is that normal? But we both know that fundamental changes have started to take place after a calamity of such scale. You shouldn't leave now, Fia. I told you about Rhodes Island. Dr. Seth is here in Laterano and helped us solve a bunch of problems behind the scenes. The doctor says there's been a major incident at Rhodes Island HQ, and the calamity that struck the Holy City is no coincidence. There's something that links them together, and the doctor set out on a new journey because of it. Mostima and I are both Rhodes Island operators. It's our job. It's for the good of Laterano too. I need you to approve my field mission application. You've read the reasons. You know what I did, don't you, Fia? The Pope decided not to prosecute you. It's not my place to say anything. Besides, you did help people leave the procession at the very end. You did your duty as a gun knight. People always let an old man off the hook easy. It wasn't just you. The abomination had the support of pretty much every Sancta inside and outside the dream. On top of the influence of her empathy, you all had reason to make Laterano a better place, even if it still sounds dumb, and I still want to call you a sentimental old fool. But I do understand the stuff about parting. Like I said, there are certain things that I need to experience for myself, even if it does make you worry. I'll be back soon. All I wanted to say, Fia, is that we didn't get a chance to watch 8-Armed Chainsaw Guy together yet. Hag was right. We should try to leave as few regrets as we can before anything happens. You're almost retired, aren't you, old man? Yeah. Want to go on a vacation together? And then he went to Rhodes Island and lived happy ever after. Yay, Vanny's okay. Finally. Playable went. Vanny stands before the door of the gunsmithy after hesitating for a long while. She takes down the sign that says temporarily closed and pushes the door open. Magister? Oh, enough with the yelling. What? He's alive! Holy shit. Actually debated every fucking time. It's just a Halo check. What took you so long? Couldn't be worse than my injuries. Dr. Chandler says my language skills are getting better. He asked me if I would consent to be his research subject for speech pathology and halos. I'm not sure I got it. I didn't, and I don't care to. You Sanctas are so complicated. You can have your Guardian gun back. Is there a problem? You weren't around, so I had to figure it out best as I could. Of course there's a problem. What? The grip's too delicate. There's no room for power upgrades. Nothing really wrong with the action design or the assembly work. And someone left this bunch of papers at the door. Have a look. The courier's mark, could it be? We're not in the dream, nobody's closing the shop down. It's an order from the courier. They want us to design heavy firearms for their new gun knights. Stop. Of course, I know why they came to this tiny workshop. You shot him, didn't you, Vanny? Yeah. Good girl. Settle an old score for me. Now the past is the past, and I don't want to talk about it again. You decide whether to take this order. Me? Who else? Me? I never expected to still be breathing by now. My chest still hurts. I can't see the parts clearly. I can't hold a barrel firm anymore. You made your first gun and ripped the seal that your lord placed on your mouth. The hard part is over. The path is yours to walk. Just don't ruin my reputation. You can do that, can't you? She's still in the wheelchair. Yes, Elle has already left. I told you, it's the Curious decision. This calamity is merely a starting point for both Laterano and the other nations. We need to recover and strengthen our ties with the other nations. Elle is the best Sancta for the job, considering her experience in Lungmen and her relationship with Rhodes Island. He left the message, Mama, Tata, let's send Lemuel off on her next adventure with a bang. Let's pray it's not her bowels that go off with a bang. She drank all the cyst milk I left for her in the fridge before she left. Maybe she was worried I'd be angry. Anyway, I've got to go to work. Whoa, is this a face reveal? What the fuck is that? This terminal, you're looking at Amos's effects again. Wait, his last moments. Wait, when did he die? Wait, what? He's dead? How the fuck? Oh, right. That wasn't in the dream. Wait, Pag can handle getting shot by a fucking sniper rifle to the fucking chest? And he can't? Okay, whatever. They said his last moments were with you. Yes, I heard his last words and restored his mailbox history accordingly. Such a fool, wasn't he? Let's cut straight to the chase. What judgment are you going to pass on my new crimes this time, Cardinal Lemuin? I take it you admit responsibility for the robbery of that caravan in the western outskirts of the Holy City. Don't tell me you couldn't tell they were professional soldiers. From Godadin. We're not passing any judgment. The outcome was undoubtedly favorable for the 7th Tribunal. They just caught me in a bad mood. The Curia will accommodate Sister Nueda and the Bolivarians who came to Laterano with you. Regardless of your motivation, your attack on Patrician worked to our advantage. The Curia sees no need to pursue the matter of your unauthorized return to the Holy City any further. Oh, what? Laterano still wants to put up a front of purity and clemency, even after waking from the dream? You'll make a show of forgiving a sinner who fell into hell? Are you really that stupid? Gil, I'm just, whatever they tell me, I'm gonna believe. I have no idea what's going on. That monster paraded through the streets of Laterano as she gave her speech. It's no secret that angels and devils came from the same place anymore. I mean, we've known that for a while, but I guess everyone knows it now. The city's revolting facade has been stripped away. Without the foundation of its holiness, the Holy City is nothing more than a tiny city-state. You think its posturing will continue to win the sympathy of Lithanian or Ursus? You misunderstand. Laterano will make no show of clemency. Your exile still stands. You are not permitted to return to the Holy City. However, the Curia is interested in offering you an employment contract. Employment? Do what you just did. As if the Laterans don't do their own dirty work. Of course, Knight. Gun Knight, Cardinal, Pontifica Coers, Legitus. Nobody's immune to sin, but times have changed. Your judgment was not wrong. Next time, it may not be a scouting force that shows up on the outskirts of the Holy City. The most radical transgression in one era may be necessary for survival in another. You were decisive, if nothing else. Why do you think I would accept? Can I ask you a question? You left Laterano after a big fight with Amos, something that he always regretted. What was the reason for the fight? Funny. Why are you bringing this up again? Yes, Patrician didn't show up to the wedding or even give us his blessing, but he's still your mentor. Is he? Besides, it won't change anything. No, it won't. He won't die just because you cursed his soul, and he could even take your job from you. But if you don't even have the guts to do this, then you're a coward, Amos. I'm leaving. That's it? Just another pointless argument? Bro, that's fucking horseshit. That's why you left? You've seen the documents in the terminal. I was thinking maybe the words that almost left unsaid were, no matter what kind of person you are, whether your union was blessed or not, none of what would alter his faith in you. The faith that you were each other's salvation. Oh, was their wedding like not blessed or something? I kind of understand now. Well, she fell for a different reason, right? She didn't leave because she fell. Something. Oh, okay. I guess that's true, yeah. No, I wasn't sure if you would accept the Curia's proposal. We all have issues that even empathy can't fully communicate, past that we can't let go, and uncertain futures. There's much that I have to think about myself. If hatred is what helps you cope, then maybe that's the right path for you. Perhaps this is what Amos wanted to see. Bro, when are we getting back to the doctor, man? Fuck. Come on. Are you serious? We're just gonna like pretend the priestess shit didn't happen? We're just like, he showed us the procession and then nothing happened? Holy fuck, are we serious? Still hanging in there extra? I know your heartbeat and your warmth. I know your fear and your joy. If I am blessed by the law, he shall have mercy on your life. Praying, now's hardly the time. Wait, you're sarcasm. Where did you learn to do that? What the? Did it go well? Yeah. And what's with the look on your face? Halo? What? The Sarkaz's child, that Sarkaz newborn, has a halo. Oh my god. A second Sarkaz with a halo has hit the game. She said her husband was Sarkaz too, right? The baby's not mixed, like Cecilia. And we're not in the bloody dream either. This nomadic abbey's a long way from Laterano. Where's Anduin? He went out as soon as the abbey stopped. Where's Anduin? Is he the father? He went out as soon as the abbey stopped. Said he was going to forage and pick a flower to celebrate the birth of a new miracle. I have a feeling he had a premonition about what was going to happen. Do you remember? We found Anduin by the pit after the calamity came to a close. He was almost completely blind and refused to tell us what happened beneath the basilica. A joint court of the 1st, 5th, 6th, and 7th tribunal put him on trial. Nobody knows exactly how the trial was conducted, only that he was exiled as a result. Bro, they exiled him? Fuck off. He is never to return to Laterano, but he was allowed to live on this nomadic abbey. Don't think too much about it. It was Anduin's decision to disband the Pathfinders. As he said, we don't need to seek anything from Laterano anymore. Some brothers and sisters have chosen to stay behind in Laterano, while others have returned to their homes. A dozen have chosen to follow him here. Whatever his true hopes for this abbey are, there's at least one thing to discern: we're trying to help more people. Say, shouldn't he be back by now? Shut up, Flame. You're so dumb. The Sarkaz learned to pray in that shrine. She established a connection with the law on her own. As for us, we only truly spoke with him for the first time after the disintegration of our own faith. If faith is a response to life, then a new law has been born here and now. The crisis has not been averted. Indeed, our rejection of the other possibility has made it even more unknown and pressing. Fortunately, a new possibility also lies ahead. Where will you take it, Anduin? The wind carries the cries of the newborn. The Sanctus stops on the hill, a wildflower in his hand. His eyes no longer see. Oh, he's actually blind. Didn't they say he was like partially blind? Well, GG. But he continues to look up, standing in the same spot unmoving, as though he can see that tiny speck of light. After a while, Anduin walks towards the nomadic abbey on the other side of the hill. He leaves Laterano and never turns back. No one counts his sins, no one laments the scores of the past, no one sees him off, no one knows of his departure. There is nothing in his heart that needs resolution. He caresses an aged book and keeps walking until he is no more than a tiny point in the vast wilderness. The martyr shall find final rest at the end of a long journey. Until then, he shall not rest. Damn, rip Anduin. Fuck, there's more. This event never ends, bro. What the fuck? Voyage. Alright. It's at this thing, it's not going anymore. This has to be the fucking end, surely. Hi, Jeff. Okay. God, that was way too much talking at once. My voice is actually fucked, but... Alright. It's not like we're gonna stop there, so let's go ahead and finish this off. Voyage. Bon voyage. You finished the event, Bear? Also, what do you mean? You were here before. Yeah. Dude, the 10 node was actually like the longest node in the entire game's history. Don't shake your head at me. Dude, I was talking for an hour and 45 minutes. Oh my god. You have determined that the momentous migration has come to a conclusion in reality. Why would there be a voice chat? My god. I'm ignoring you. The conclusion has been mapped onto the space you are in. The rift that looks as if it has been plowed open by a catastrophe bisects the plaza in front of the basilica. By the rift, there is an even more eye-grabbing pit. Dude, I need to visually see this. I don't understand what they mean by a rift. Ugly scars in what should have been a city trapped in stasis. The ring-shaped machine sits silently within. Did the PCS system crash? You look at Priestess. She remains calm as if she does not care about what has happened in the slightest. You feel uneasy. Analysis complete. 10 standard seconds ago, at least 2 massive explosions took place in the Basilica Plaza. I'm certain the instigators were Exucii, Executor, and a silver-haired Sancta. The constant flickering of the freeze frames by the explosion point are proof enough. The machine structure shouldn't have been that weak. You're right, its structure would definitely have been able to withstand any attacks the angels can execute. It was designed to operate in even harsher environments after all. Priestess should be able to reactivate it. We need to stop her from doing that. Sorry, Doctor. I should have come alone to carry out this mission. I never should have let you take on this risk. You're used to staying in front of me by now, monster. Thanks. Huh? Things might not be as bad as you think. I can verify Priestess's condition now. Her condition? You walk past Monster towards Priestess. Monster immediately tenses up and she pulls on your arm. Doctor! Don't worry. Trust me. After a brief moment of hesitation, she lets go, but decides to stick close to you as you walk ahead. You stand shoulder to shoulder with Priestess. You've allowed these redundant parameters to mix with your data. These unremarkable strings ultimately cause the entire program to crash, Seth. There is no guaranteeing a language will operate in eternal perfection. I know what you want to say. Even Originum, the language we created together, has limitations. It needs more time to adjust and iterate. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if what is truly stopping Originum from reaching perfection is not a design flaw, but us. Human emotion and reason are both able to fetter the development of a language. We debated this several times during the creation process, but there was never a clear winner. Luckily, we both accepted that this uncertainty exists within Originum. I don't understand your meaning. Has memory loss affected your ability for divergent thinking? I'm glad to see you so perplexed, though. It is a marked difference from how I used to communicate with Seth. Perfection implies a strict upper hand. Flaw, on the other hand, means we still have the chance for a breakthrough. This was Seth's stance on the matter. When the crisis we must resolve is still inexplicable, chasing perfection will only lead us to our graves. No, this has nothing to do with the current circumstances. This is different from our first encounter on the deck. When did you figure it out? Just now? You could have stopped the programmatic bombs from detonating. It would have been easy for you to do that. You didn't eliminate Monster and me from the get-go. You've got problems of your own. That much is obvious, Seth. But only now have you mustered up the courage to stand by me. I had hoped the one standing by my side could have peacefully shared in the solitude that took root deep in our thoughts during our long hibernations. It's a shame you can't do that. We are not as we were in the past. Far too much has happened, has it not? You're more like a riddle. Still curious about me? This monster no longer has any limitations on her. She can clear up some of your confusion. You fear Seth will learn the truth, AMA 10? To be honest, I would much rather Seth come to me in person like earlier. My days in the sarcophagus were excruciating. It was as if my thoughts were floating through a fetid morass when I lost all sense of the flow of time. My only consolation was the never-ending loop of debates seared into our minds, though not to reassure me of our shared vision. I've never once doubted my path. Through debate, I got my only chance to communicate with a certain someone again. I'm not demanding you understand everything on my mind right now, right away. Before the final day comes, you can continue to walk down the path you believe in. Our disagreements are destined to continue even if you no longer remember that one's reasons for disagreeing with me. I look forward to seeing how your beloved Terra can prove to me that your struggle still has some value, the way the people of Laterano just did. But there is something else I am equally certain of. Oracle will return. So Seth, I will wait for you. As she looks out at the city devoid of life, she sighs. At times, I think they are far too like us. If you had enough time, perhaps. She begins to fade away. Ah yes, I can indeed restore AMA 10. If you are determined to see it done, make a wish to Originum, Seth. I will hear your voice. Priestess vanishes without a trace. Your target is gone. There is only silence, absolute silence. You and Monster are the only ones left trapped inside the colorless ghost town. She's gone. I guess that's it then. Perhaps. The Sanctums resolved their crisis by themselves. I've also confirmed Priestess's current condition. Her loss of control over Originum is more serious than we thought. That's really important information, Doctor. While we can't be sure how long she'll need to get back to normal, at the very least we have a chance to stop her. Alright, she mentioned Calcid earlier. We shouldn't wish upon Originum, even if it's for Calcid. Sorry, Gil, I know you would in an instant. I know, I don't approve of using her methods to bring back Calcid either. She inflicted grievous wounds on Rhodes Island and Laterano. Every time she appears, she drops something mind-blowing on us, and then points towards some even more unknowable crisis. I don't understand her at all. She speaks the truth. We've been researching a long time now. We have our own methods. We're going to be setting out on a really long road, aren't we? You finally notice what's odd about Monster. Your enemy has retreated, the crisis passed, but the young woman, normally so lively and energetic, does not smile like she usually does. She even looks somewhat solemn. Monster hasn't been reconstructed for very long. You still haven't gotten completely used to her new appearance, nor has she had the time to adapt to the changes in her body or the loss that cut her to the bone. But she has been thrown into mission after mission far too quickly, rebuilding Rhodes Island, saving Laterano. Perhaps it has taken up until now for her to finally have the chance to speak her mind. Don't give up, Monster. I'll bring back Calcid. I'll also protect Amiya, and you, too. Monster looks up at you all of a sudden, interrupting your train of thought. I haven't forgotten what Calcid told me. If the outcome I fear does come to pass, if the one I at least want to see stands in front of us once more, protect the Doctor, protect Amiya. I will engrave this directive into your basic behavioral strategy matrix. Eternal life is destined to be eternally lonely. I have tasted it. You can walk alone, Monster. Listen to me, Monster. You look at her and slowly you begin to speak. You haven't been in your reconstructed body for very long. Calcid wouldn't want her hopes to turn into chains. I think you're misunderstanding something, Doctor. I'll always remember how, when I awoke, you just turned around and walked away after giving me a welcome back. Oh. Sorry, Monster. It's fine. It's fine. I needed time to get used to not being in a symbiotic relationship after thousands of years, and you needed time to accept the loss of someone you fought beside for such a long time. And now, we're both standing here, right in front of one another. But we've already known each other for quite a while, haven't we, Doctor? Under the cannon fire of Londinium, deep inside the secret caverns of the Sarkaz, below the tail of that giant ring flying in the sky in tree mounts, in Malarium's Sophonthiatrum? Whatever that is. Calcid was there for all of us, for all of those, which means I was too. It's not like I only started to follow her orders to understand you and Rhodes Island when she left us. Becoming a Rhodes Island operator putting up a fight against our creator, protecting Ami, or protecting you. These are my decisions as well. And what I've been doing all along. Silence. You look at Monster. Silence links the two of you. Then count me in, Monster. We'll bring back Calcit. Eternal life is destined to be eternally lonely, but thankfully we do not walk alone on the journeys we take. Even if all life is sapped of color, even if all things fade away into nothingness, we must walk onwards together. This is what she hoped for. Oh. Got another question to ponder? What's with the look? The counseling session is over, Commander. No problems here. I had to just come up with a way to get out of this blasted place, and I'll need your help. According to Priestess, this should be a space created by that machine after it connected to Originum. Some kind of model based on the future. So there's a relation to Originum's properties here. We can try cracking those abnormal nodes. Abnormal nodes? Oh, you mean the parts with damage mapped onto them? The restriction... What? What fucking... The restrictions on the connection between you and the machine should be gone, right? Yep, I can sense its signal, though it's getting weaker by the second. I'll try re-establishing the connection, but what then? Use up the last of its computing power. Shouldn't be too difficult from you when Priestess isn't meddling with things. Routing through city communication post backdoor access port. Special privileges AMA 10. Temporary access credentials El Caro 001. Oh my god. El Caro is an anagram? Is that what it's like, the spelling of Oracle differently? Bro, I hate this fucking game. Holy fuck, that's crazy. Oh my god. Decoding complete, authentication passed. Connected to PCS system. Thinking computational radiation link. Warning, core frequency too low. Diagnostics complete. Refactoring abnormal nodes. Color seeps out from the ruins of this colorless ghost town. Augurs. We fucking did it, boys. It starts from the street to the right of the Tower of Revelations, and then through the Notarial Hall and Firearms Workshop in Pagus Michaelian, to the Sunset Chapel in Pagus, Saint Marcel, and then all the way to the Chapel Square. Noise returns to the Holy City. It is the sound of Laterans offering a prayer to life. The color's back? Let's go, monster. Not gonna go say hi to Exu? We need to update the ship on what happened here in Laterano. Reese's disappearance will only be temporary. You know, I was gonna say, they never really explained what the transfiguration was. Transfiguration suspended. Set of directives assigned by personnel with relevant privileges have been completed. Beginning system shutdown timer. I've checked your low-level code. Aside from the adjustments I made during maintenance, you performed a lot of self-upgrades and iterations within a short period of time. Was this still not enough for your self-repair functions to fix your logic vulnerability? Negative. Vulnerability has been patched. Paradox has been corrected. I had great interest in the result of your self-iteration. It seems you mistakenly identified yourself as that vulnerability, that paradox. Was it a side effect of the overclocking, or did your lack of maintenance and long-term data transfer with the Sanctus pollute your database? If I had more data, I might be able to find the answer. It's a shame the resources I can allocate will not be enough to give you a complete restart. Otherwise, a command system's self-negation due to its target's wishes would reignite any researcher's interest in the PCS system. If only we were still in the era when geniuses used reason and opinion to clash over their views. The ring-shaped machine does not respond. Priestess feels a hint of regret. It seems I will have to choose other methods to advance the project. Many mechanical tubes come together to form an annular computational matrix, the core of the machine. They sit there in stony silence. All of a sudden, one of the cubes begins to vibrate, a metallic gleam roaming its surface once more. Soon, a faint, flickering halo begins to form. From the ruins of the PCS system, a new angel is born. It restarted? It can't be. It didn't respond to me at all. Nor does this follow the PCS system's operational logic. The angel ignores Priestess, quickly ascending into the gaping hole above it, disappearing without a trace soon after. A prototype angel? But this system was only built to mimic the properties of angels. There was never any angel prototype sample provided when it was constructed. A newborn angel? How could this be? What is that in your hand, Lemuel? A spray can? What? We're just gonna skip by? It just created a fucking angel and now we're in fucking Colombia? What? What? I've given the report on the latest data from the barrier hole to Director Saria, but there is something I noticed that got me real curious. Look. Doesn't that look like some kind of strange flying object to you? Components control section is analyzing it right now. We should be hearing from them soon. A flying object that can maintain altitude close to the barrier hole would be a major discovery. The angel hovers in front of the hole in the barrier. It attempts to re-establish a connection with the individuals scattered amongst the stars, but to no avail. All it manages to capture are the ripples left behind by energy entities as they die in the depths of space. And so it continues to orbit across the land like a shooting star destined to never fall. No, go back to Ryan's lab. Go back to Ryan's lab. Back. What? The scent of life. This land is still young. Is it new life flourishing in the wake of ruination, or has death not come for this place yet? Wasn't I swallowed up by that light? Originum has recorded your information. Originum? Before the light comes, the conclusion is still uncertain. Originum will become our hope. Where is this place? Terra. We are not alone, my friend. Brothers. What does it matter what's main story or not at this point? Did you see the latest news, Miss Koshelna? Lots of mines have shut down, and they've put troops on high alert all across the city. My parents were called in for an inspection. I can't find them. I'm sorry, who the fuck is that? What? I'm sorry. We're in like the twilight hours and we're just fucking dropping baddies? Wait, is this Kashi? Wait, did it look like this in the past? Oh, I totally forgot. Okay, oh my god, Howling. I didn't really forget. This looks like the Ursus, thing, you know? Where we last saw Kashi. I think it was at the end of 9. It might have been the end of 10, honestly. It was like one of those where they just did like, here's a little teaser. Let me tickle the bottom of your balls, and then it was not okay. That's a cool thing. If you go on the wiki, it tells you where people show up. It's a pretty nifty feature. Stay in the classroom for now. I will help ask around for you. I'm also interested in knowing what is going on. She calms the child down and then takes the newspaper from their hand. Over a few short days, countless rumors have spread across the city, but the most alarming one is our Originum vein has disappeared. If we can't get any energy out of Mother Earth, how are we supposed to make it through winter? Originum. I shall unravel this mystery. Only the blood burning within our breasts can see Ursus through the winter chill. Dude, this like 2-minute interlude has more going on than the entire fucking story. What is happening? Once we've tidied things up here, it'll do as everyone's new abode. Kierda. Thank you all for your help. Good thing you got supplies from our... Oh my god! Oh shit! Wait, she's the girl! Wait, she was the one that was... Wait, she was the one that was in 15, right? That died? What the fuck, bro? Dude, I thought she was Cecilia, but not Cecilia. I thought she was like another person from Godhead that I forgot. Oh my god. It's the fucking girl from chapter 15. That's crazy, bro. What? Actual brain delay. Good thing you got supplies from our friends at the monastery. Otherwise, finding a place to stay wouldn't have gone so smoothly. We were worried you had abandoned us after heading back there. Oh, I'm sorry, the road back was rather rough going, and I heard lots of news I could hardly even believe along the way. It's mighty hard to imagine, yeah. The Originum veins, Laterano. The Sanctus at the monastery sure had a lot to say about your return. Wouldn't stop telling us all about it. Huh? When that calamity was going on, they wanted to go back to Laterano, but a catastrophe stopped them. Their halos were shattered and all they could do was stay here and pray for themselves and for their brothers and sisters who had already left. Then you showed up right in front of them, a girl who disappeared without a trace 3 years ago. You brought them hope, Hierda. Oh my, did I? I really don't want to let everyone down. Maybe now that we have a fixed shelter, we can help even more people. But we still need to take some necessary security precautions. With us pulling out all the stops for our work, we're bound to attract people up to no good. You'll be in danger. Honestly speaking, we might be able to find a better way to do this. Gerda shakes her head. I need to see her. She must be somewhere here on this land. Gerda looks out into the distance despite knowing the vast wilderness will show her nothing in return. She sees someone streaking across the sky. A shooting star? Anyway, Originum should not be a source of despair. I would like to pray for all infected who suffer. Will praying actually do anything? Maybe not. But when we pray, we will think of each other. Our bonds bind us together. We are not alone. Yeah, just keep it going. Yeah, let's keep... What's next? Oh, yeah, good. Fuck it all. Iberia. Let's fucking do that shit next. Yeah, okay. The Iberian coast, a cliff by the sea. A seaborne clings tight to the sharp rocks. The sound of distant naval barrages is carried over by the sea breeze, but the seaborne does not care, focusing its efforts on climbing. Dude, this is the same thing as like after Lone Trail, where we just go place by place. Ew. Excitedly flaps membranous wings. Unfolds, creases enthusiastically. The seaborne finally arrives at the peak of the cliff. What greets it is a boundless expanse of dry land and a flash of light up amidst the heavens. Was that there before? Did that just happen? Please tell me I'm not blind. I gotta check, hold on. Please tell me that wasn't there the whole time. No, it was always there. Fuck. Okay. What greets it is a boundless expanse of dry land of oh yeah. Is this the first fish from the sea to come onto land and start turning into humans? A shooting star? The seaborne shifts its body in confusion in response to the momentary distraction, and its appendages brush against something. A shining black rock rolls off the cliff, dropping straight down into the ocean. The seaborne tries to see what it was, but it has already been engulfed by the billowing waves. That sounds oddly important. Yeah, sure, whatever, man. I mean, okay, cool, I guess. What the fuck was that, bro? I have no idea what just happened. Holy fuck, this story's going crazy. Time for a grail front? No, time for bed, bro. Yeah, bro, there's so much to take in. I'm just gonna have to fucking think about it for a while. So we're missing a Sui event? I mean, so right now we're really only behind chapter 16. Like the only two events we're missing are like side stories, like actual side stories that never have impact on main story so far. That's actually crazy. So I don't know when is 16 gonna come to global? Probably like 6 months from now. After this event, I'll probably take a little. I'm not like when I say take a break from Arknights, I just mean like I don't know. Arknights has so many fucking events that are always coming. We'll probably chill on Arknights for like a month or two, because we've been going back to back to back from 15 to this. So, honestly, we've had. I wish I could like find a good list of it. We had 15. And we had 14, then Siege Altar event, then another event that did stuff, and then we had a Blana event, and yeah, just so many, and then like this, and then 15. Oh my god, back to back to back. Yeah, so we're gonna take a little bit of a break from reading stuff. But I think the only things I'm missing are the Aegir story. So I think we will be reading Aegir in like 2 months. I'll try to pick a time where like not a lot's going on. And we'll read through Undertides, Soltavir Novice, Path of Life, and Exodus from the Pale Sea? Wait, Thorn's Event is an entire... Wow, Thorn's Event is an entire fucking, what's it called? There's story and stuff. So we'll read Thorn's Event, but the Thorn's Event one is a little bit less necessary, I think. It doesn't look like it has as much. I'm also missing Break the Ice. Let's see. So I've done all of Rhodes Island. I've done all of La Toronto. So I'm missing K-Rag. I haven't done Break the Ice or... what's her name? Degen. I haven't done Syracusa, but that's kind of like whatever. Bro. I haven't done Casmirs. I'm actually missing so many. I haven't done Sui. So like, we're gonna do Aegir next. I'm not like super in a rush to do K-Rag, Syracuse, or Casmirs, but it would be good to do them at some point. But maybe I read those on my own, who knows. I would like to read Sui as well, because I'm so far behind on them, but that's like a fucking doom situation. Not reading that for fucking eons.
君は変わらないね。
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. This was just another fucking,
迷子にはなりませんよ。
it was another fucking insane event. What can I say? Yeah, it has less main story applications.
部屋を自分で飾り付けてもいいか？
Wait, did I ever post? I think I did in Discord when I made the tier 5 and what was his name? Noel gave me fucking 3 tier 4s back. That was fucking crazy. I fucking lost my shit. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, I pinned it? I don't even remember pinning it. Bro, I was so ecstatic. Did you know, did they just add this? Did you know you can select by class here? I feel like this was just added.
あなたたちの船は随分大きいですが、それでも
Dude, somebody else give me one to pin then, okay? I've never seen luck like that. Okay? Have you ever had that happen to you? I don't think so, bitch. Prove it. That's what I'm saying.
巡回ですか？了解しました。
I don't remember it, so let's just say they added it. Yeah, it's so nice, so I can actually see the trainers. It's so much easier to find people now. It's like, oh, I need a sniper to raise. Like, oh, here's my sniper people for stuff. I mean, I also haven't raised people in months, so. Okay, you know the next quality of life we need? This button, rest ops. If somebody's in my fucking workshop distracted, why does that not count? You know, why do I have to take them out of there for them to be rested?
自分で飾り付けてもいいか？
Pisses me off. I hate that so much. I always leave people, I don't know. Yeah, right? The workshop is different than the other ones. I don't know if it's because it's missing the blue thing, but I've never had it work. Try it yourself later, but yeah, I don't know. It's cooked, brother.
ああ、ドクター。
Alright, let me see if there's a fast kill. Yeah, if you remove them manually, then it's like one thing, right? But I'm too lazy most of the time. Alright. What can we do for... Oh wait, holy fuck, that's so loud. Please stop. Okay. So what teams do we have here? We have Enos. Yeah, I figured Lemon probably... I wanted her on skill 3, but I forgot to swap her. So we have a Wishadel Enos squad. We have Monster. Is this OG Thorn? This is OG Thorns. We have Exu, Ray. I only need that one. A 4-op clear with fucking puzzle. Alright, so we're just doing this one. This is Ina's module, but I don't know if her module really matters. What do you need for her module? Well, 12, you must play on Ina's. I'll do it after. Not probably gonna matter. I want to get Bridget up or whatever.
大が3つ、中が12個。あ、これで全部だな。あれ、なんで1個余ってんだ？
Well, what's the first part of the... S2. Oh fuck, it wants me to use S. Oh yeah, S2. Is the first part of it's not the normal event music, right? It's my place.
時間を遅れ
Okay.
るかもしれませんが、オリバル出身なので。
私の名前をすべてのオリジニウムに刻んでやるわよ。
Oh, it is during the story, okay. So after Enos kills the bird, sure. Which bird did she kill? Oh, it's two different OSTs, really? That's interesting. 3, 4, okay.
どうすればいいかくらいは絶望の匂いまではカムフラージュできない。
悪い知らせがあるわ。私たちも
Am I waiting for something here? I don't think so, right? Doesn't matter.
悪い知らせがある。あんたたちって世界を半分滅ぼしたってのに、まだ私を倒せないなんて無様ね。
あまり待たせないで。
So then we go boom, boom. Oh, wait, that's how this works? What? Oh my god, it refills her to full. That's crazy. Wait, did I just kill the boss? Lamau question mark? You know it's gonna be a pain in the ass though in the EX stages. It just smells like one of those. Activate her at 26. Okay. Yeah, I should have done that sooner. Oh fuck, am I gonna leak? I think I fixed it. Hopefully she just kills everything. Okay. I don't think that's I don't think it's a perfect clear, but I don't mind being 2 or 3 seconds slow. It's fine. Cool.
ああ、ドクター。君は変わらないね。
Make sure I actually do these. Five, 6. 5, 6. Okay. thanks for hanging out, my dudes. I will catch you all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow. We'll do tomorrow's gonna be a low-key day. Just gonna do some RuneScape quests. I'm gonna do one small favor, maybe the King's Ransom. Get some big unlocks on the account, and yeah, just chill and play RuneScape and chat about stuff. So just generally pretty chill stream tomorrow. No crabbing, sorry. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I will see you tomorrow. Otherwise, we will be done for the rest of this week, and then we will be back next week with potentially 4 streams. So yeah, I'll make it up to you guys next week. Maybe I'll do a weekend stream next week, and I'll do 3 streams during the week and 1 weekend stream or something. I'll figure it out. But I'll try and make it up to you guys next week that we're missing so much. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I will catch you all in the flip side. Catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking through. If you were here for all the streams for the event, you can say I was here. And then, yeah, I will see you guys all tomorrow. So thanks for hanging out, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you were at. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. And as always, a piece on my piece.